Hello everyone, my name is Armia, and today we are continuing the Norfolk Wizard game. We are at chapter 2, oh boy. Excited for this one. Last where we left off, Marvolo met up with the party who had finally gotten together after some hijinks in the internet. As well as like some antique stuff. It was fun. It was fun to listen to. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what's next. I am really not sure what we're going to get because Marvolo just like invited them into his abode, from what I understand. So we'll see how it goes. Well, I'm gonna not speculate too much. We'll just get right into it. Alrighty. Alright, let's begin, shall we?
On Mage the Ascension. A group of debonair and frequently in debt mages found
Frequently
their
in
way
debt?
to each other, at last uniting our mages in one location. Chaos quickly followed, our differing party members having no idea what the hell was happening, all of that
Accurate.
until mysterious Marvolo the Magnificent arrived. Thereafter, he promised an explanation. He opened the front door to the antique store to this strange purple velvet parlor.
His,
He promised
I think it's called a
at last
dreamscape.
Explain everything.
Last time I checked. Oh boy, here comes the intro! I love that.
Was that just a dream?
Was that
not real? Was that just in my head? That's just not how it feels. Was that really just a dream? No, that's not how it feels.
Love this intro. This intro continues to be wonderful. It's a very slow setting of the tone. Like, it takes about 3 minutes to get through. But it's really, really good. I like it a lot.
We cut to our cabal of mages. The door opens, a waft of lavender perfume and the smell of faintly burning incense comes at you all at once. Around you, beautiful velvet and satin curtains, and a large, intricate, and almost gothic-looking table with well-crafted individual chairs laid.
I want to point out really quickly that it seems to be some kind of dog person smoking a cigarette in the background, and I am very curious what the relations there is. Also, Essence, do not betray? I'm not sure. Do not break? Maybe it's do not break. That would make sense.
Out before you all. crystal ball sits in the middle, and of course, the largest chair Marvolo takes for himself.
I wouldn't be surprised, by the way, if some of those books in the background are just straight up like World of Darkness rulebooks.
Well, my friends, feel free to make yourself comfortable. We can have refreshments or other assorted snacks. Does anyone have a particular flavor or taste on the mind or menu?
I'll have a rum and coke, please. And that's kind of the mood I'm in. I don't know. What do you guys want to drink?
Do you have any white wines?
White wines? Well, that can be arranged quite quickly. Anyone else?
Really quickly, I do want to point something out that I think is very very interesting, and it's more of a general thing. Notice he kind of said, like, do you want any drink ever? Like you know, you have any choice whatsoever. And everyone was kind of quiet, like not sure what to pick. And that's something called choice paralysis, where you give too many choices and people kind of stop functioning in a lot of ways. It's kind of like one of the quickest ways to get people to shut up in an audience is to go, any more questions? Because no joke, 99% of the time, people will be like, and like clam up. There's always exceptions, but it is true in my experience.
Good, thank you.
You got something a little harder? I'm running on empty for about 48 hours now.
Oh, of course. We have a Louis the... Which one is that? The Louis the 16th? And like pull out the really...
I suppose something like that could be arranged. Perhaps a Crown Royale.
Ooh,
Let's see to it. He claps his fingers twice. I almost said snaps his fingers. Jesus. Claps his fingers doesn't make any sense. Snaps his fingers doesn't make sense. What the fuck is wrong with me? I'm having a stroke. He dies. And you all die too, and that's the end of the game.
God. GG, well played, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next... Okay, no, let's continue.
Like crab claws.
Yeah, he begins spy crabbing in front of you all. No, Marvolo quickly claps his hands twice, and these mysterious white gloves just emerge from behind these curtains, and they come out bearing these trays, one of which has a decanter with a clear white wine, and the other is just a straight up bottle of Crown Royale.
While I do like Crown Royale, I feel like I personally tend to prefer Japanese whiskies. That's just me. Then again, I'm also not like a huge drinker, so yeah.
Both delivered to you alongside glasses. Water is, of course, quickly delivered to you in much of the same manner. Well, now that refreshments are procured, I'm sure you all have quite a few questions. I'm willing to take the most burning ones first before I go into my diatribe. I do want to make sure that you're paying attention. Try not to drink too much.
I have seen many people do many strange things. However, I can't entirely place what it is that you can do.
Well, I do the same thing that many of us do. I am, as you may know, a wizard. I hail from the houses of Hermes. I perfected my own art.
He is in fact a hermetic. I wonder which house specifically. Which of the houses could he be? Let's see. So there's the House Flambeau. That's like the big... The House Flambeau is kind of the war mages. What other houses are there again? Obviously House Tremere was a thing, but isn't anymore. What other houses are there? I always forget the hermetic houses. There is... Oh god. Come on. There's... God, which house would he fit with? Ex-miscellanea would be kind of funny. Oh, which other ones are there? There's... Honestly, I could see him doing, being a part of House, oh, what's that one called? House Verditius, I think it's called. But that one ended up in a weird spot in the Modern Knights, if I remember correctly, so probably not. You might just be a House Flambeau member.
Arcane arts over years and years of tutelage and study. And I have trained no small amount of apprentices in my tenureship.
Forgive my ignorance, but what is the House of Hermes?
An excellent question. The Houses of Hermes, the Order of Hermes, are the foremost arcane institution that still exists in this world.
Okay.
They are the scions of the original rulers of, essentially, the planet.
Hermetic propaganda, as your local verbena would call it.
Many mystical traditions claim to be the eldest, but none are as accomplished as the many houses of Hermes.
Right.
Is it safe to assume that you've achieved tenure then?
In a manner of speaking. Now, your interest in the Order of Hermes is most welcome, but you all have undoubtedly had quite a spectacular few days. I'm willing to hear any specifics you may have, any questions, concerns.
He's not entirely wrong in the sense that, like, the Hermetics are very accomplished. Fair is fair, they are very powerful. And, you know, as much as I like to kind of make fun of them, they are absolutely a force to be reckoned with, right? I just like being critical of them because they like to... They're very stuck up for one, and they're also the kind of tradition to be rather elitist in a lot of ways, including like a lot of their members are just straight up members of the old aristocracy and nobility, which, you know, comes with a lot of how should I put it? It comes with a lot of familial drama, let's put it that way. Not to say that the Hermetics aren't trained, like, to a high standard, though. Like, they absolutely are, and I'm sure we'll get into it.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Marvolo.
Why, I'll hear it most happily.
Yeah, so how come throughout the entirety of the last, I want to say, month or so, what I've been seeing you guys down at the shelter at, why is it that you never really told me that I was actually working with magic?
Samson, for the longest time, you've been focusing your attention on sports and athleticism, and that makes you an excellent recruitment target in the House Flambeau.
Ah, okay, so he's House Flambeau. Interesting, he's a war mage. Okay. Wonder what he wants with the group. I mean, probably war stuff.
But your myopy, your stubbornness, I sense that forestalled your awakening. And as such, you couldn't be made privy to our deeper secrets.
Right.
Uh-huh. What? So you're
Makes
thinking
sense.
that if I suddenly figured out that magic exists, that I'm gonna suddenly drop everything and throw my lot in with the first person that offers me, aside from you?
Actually, it's the fear that you wouldn't that kept us closed off. There's
There it
a
is.
war going on.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Care to elaborate on that one?
Oh, happily. In fact, that's half the reason why I've been able to corral all of you, because as young mages you deserve to know of this, and if left to your own devices, no doubt you will be swept about by the first enterprising individual to come along. No, far better it be someone more responsible, like me, old sport.
Far better to be swept along by me, isn't that right?
I'd like to paint you all now a story. Long ago in the distant past, magic floated freely throughout the societies of Earth. Wise wizard kings would advise the champions and monarchs of their time. Dragons could roam the mountain tops. Satyrs could be found within the woods. And the world was a world of wonder and joy. Until there was a great change. A series of mages obsessed with control at the time called themselves the Order of Reason. They brought this reason by cannonade, by musket shot, by the sword. They brought war to the mystic world. This Order of Reason, as they call it, now known as a technocratic union, set about seeking abject control over the people of Earth, over the human beings, the mortals, the sleepers. They call them the masses these days.
Is it safe to assume?
Before we get into Parker's little thing, I do want to point out this is, of course, from the perspective of the traditions, who are, of course, opposed to the technocracy. And I'm not about to sit here and say that the technocracy is actually the good guys. But, well, for your average peasant, those magical times kind of sucked. Because those dragons that roamed the mountaintop sometimes would come down and burn your village. Sometimes a magical plague would just exist and just kill everyone you know. Sometimes you'd be picked up by a random mage who decided, today I want to turn people into horrible monstrosities. That is what the Order of Reason fought against, and quite frankly, on some level, most people are served well by a certain level of consistency in their lives. It doesn't exactly help people when you wake up the next morning and your entire house is turned into flesh, or your microwave has a tendency to explode randomly. Like, those are not exactly helpful things in most people's lives. And in that sense, the technocracy is actually a good thing. Now, of course, and this is something to remember in World of Darkness, and I might have said it before, everyone's a villain. To some degree. The technocracy takes it much too far, and also has the tendency to say, we know what's best for you, rather than asking the people what might be best for them. There's definitely a colonialist overtone with the technocracy. Though the Order of Hermes is, and then definitely the traditions as a whole, are not exactly innocent there either. Their entire, the entire thing is extremes in a lot of ways. And while I definitely think the technocracy takes it too far with terranorming and a serious lack of creativity, frankly, extremely hierarchical, what's the word I'm looking for? An extremely hierarchical organization that can often be the most toxic version of a corporation that you can imagine. The traditions aren't always much better, frankly. A lot of their mages are, frankly, quite insane and dangers to everyone, if we're being quite honest. I mean, there was a perfect example in the first episode. Cyrus Carling, right, was mentioned as an associate, I believe, of Marvolo. And look at what he did. He appropriated artifacts from Mesoamerican cultures. He pointed a gun at Parker and would have absolutely killed the man if he had the chance. So, yeah, not always great individuals, and definitely not always to be trusted. Anyway, let's continue.
That this technocracy has been a homogenizing force.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, indeed. You might be aware of some disparate aspects of the Technocratic Union. The New World Order leads them. And they, with their 4 other conventions and their countless contrasting organizations, will not rest until magic has been completely stamped out from the world. In its place, enlightened science.
Bill is about to have a field day.
They seek to make a utopia, but in truth, they are making a tyranny.
So it's true. The NWO...
That's a fair interpretation, to be fair. Like, I know I'm being a bit harsh on the traditions, but, like, that is a fair interpretation. The technocracy is not perfect.
Oh, it's all real.
Oh. Yes, indeed.
I knew it. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. The aliens, it's all real.
No, I'm sorry. Aliens aren't real.
What?
Man, what the fuck are you talking about? The NWOs are best in organization.
Wait.
Okay, first of all, wrestling organization. I would love if the NWO in the HTP verse is like an actual like mage organization or something, or like aligned with the technocracy. Bonus points if Pablo ends up in the middle of something with that. And bonus points if that's foreshadowing, because I believe Andil is one of the writers on HTB, so... I see you, Andil. Really quickly as well, there was something else mentioned. Hold on, let's go back for a second.
Yes, indeed.
I knew it. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. The aliens, it's all real.
No, I'm sorry. Aliens aren't real.
So, that depends on your interpretation, actually. There are aliens in the World of Darkness. I forget their name, but the aliens we saw Bill encounter, there are kind of 2 interpretations of them. Either they are they're beings in the Umbra, right? Like spirit beings. So effectively, some kind of spiritual coalescence, perhaps born from the belief that humanity believes in aliens, right? Like everybody knows what a grey is, that kind of thing. Which is one interpretation. My personal favorite, though, is that they are actually aliens from a different consensus, just a different planet out there somewhere, whose consensus is completely different and can awaken in another way, which I find much more interesting, because I'm not a fan of having space just be like spirit realms. I'm not a fan of geocentrism as a world-building tool, but... You know, it's up to your interpretation. It's your world of darkness. So for all I know, in HTB, they are in fact spirits. But perhaps, also, my vote is wrong. Maybe. Good lord, I'm yapping a lot. Okay, let's continue.
What?
Man, what the fuck are you talking about? The NWOs are best in organization.
Wait. Hold on. I'm just trying to get a beat on what exactly is going on here, because you're really the only person that's approached us about any of this crazy magic bullshit that's happening. I mean,
Yeah, that's fair.
how do we know you have the full story, or that you're telling us the full story?
Well, in time,
a
you'll
good
have
question.
plenty of chances to discover it for yourself. In the interim, I just ask that you trust me. After all, I could be lying to you, and you could at some point come around and attempt to undo the work I've done here. But for now, you can at least trust that my main concern is ensuring you are not abducted by this union.
That's fair.
As for if you can trust my story, there are 9 mystic traditions within our organization. If you'd like, you can seek out our peers and see what they have to say.
Traditions?
Oh yeah, and I'm sure the Verbena would have a lot to say about whatever he's going to be saying here, regardless of what Mavolo says.
What are these?
Well, I could explain each of them to you, and I will, summarily in quick order, but it's best that you hear from themselves what exactly they represent. After all, not all of us can become wizards. chances are not all of you have the capacity.
Jesus, this is a lot. I guess... How many other people here in fucking Norfolk know what's going on with all of this? I mean, is it normal for 4 people to, what did you call it, awaken all at the same time?
No, it's not.
Oh. Is that a problem?
Perhaps for you.
Shit.
Here's
True.
the situation, and I will explain the different traditions shortly. You see, when a mage casts magic, unless you are slavishly devoted to the paradigm of consensus as our friends in the technocratic union, you will have to be abutting against reality as it is perceived by the vast majority of human beings. And as you may be able to attest, up until a few days ago, I would wager that the thought that magic could exist was about as alien a thought to you as the seas being made out of ice cream.
Yeah, true. I think also something to mention that is kind of interesting is the high echelons of the technocracy absolutely go against the consensus all the time and are really not that different from the higher ups in the traditions, which is, I think, kind of the point. Neither organization is perfect, and they're not meant to be. They're all human.
More or less. I did have a... My grandma was into all the, like witchy stuff, but I kind of thought it was more superstition than kind of a hard practice.
Precisely. Most people, for instance, in the United States are Christian. But if you were to suddenly have the second coming of Christ occur in the middle of downtown Manhattan, I guarantee you that even these Christian people would be surprised and agog. It would change their
absolutely.
lives. To that end, all magic must occur against or alongside this consensual reality state.
I think a good way
That
to put
means that
it
when
is imagine reality like a flowing river, right? Now you can paddle up against this river, but it's going to be harder. And if you do it too heavily, to the point where you exhaust yourself, you might end up drowning. On the other hand, going along with the river is a lot easier. But perhaps that's not where you want to go.
you break that consensual reality state, there are consequences. The most benign of which are that if you don't cover your tracks, anyone looking for magic can find you. And when you awaken, perhaps you all would have recognized this. You have a brief spark where you have all of the powers of the most enlightened and potent of mages at your disposal. The full breadth of your potential in that instant is available at your fingertips. And if you are fortunate, perhaps you felt it. The issue is that when that occurs, it's a bit like setting off a bomb in a building. Anyone passing by can see the smoke.
Very true.
And who is exactly ratting on people would cast magic out in the open? Someone's got to do that, right? Or is you telling me reality itself is a cop?
Yeah, pretty much.
Reality itself can be a cop, but many cops are under the thrall of the technocratic union.
Casting vulgar magic is kind of like getting stars in GTA. Getting 1 is not a big deal, but getting 5 will probably get you killed. That's a really dumb way of putting it, but it's kind of true.
What of magical objects, though? You talk about there being a consensus reality and it not being able to exist alongside such alterations. But are there not magical objects? How is this rectified?
That's a good question.
Excellent question, my boy. You see, magical objects are, in some ways, far less able to be ruined by paradox. I realize I hadn't explained that yet, but bear with me. When you cast magic in a place that is perhaps a bit too aligned with the natural world, It is referred to by the Order as vulgar magic. This vulgar magic rebels against the assumptions of the world around you, and when it does, it accrues a force known as paradox. Paradox is reality attempting to correct your permutation. Sometimes it manifests in ill fortune, other times in far more dramatic means. In all cases, it makes your lives more difficult, and in the worst case, can completely ruin you.
I think another good way of looking at paradox is kind of like, if you're familiar with Full Metal Alchemist, you always have to trade something for casting, for your alchemy, right? In the same way, kind of, there's always a risk with casting. You're always rolling the dice, and the more intense the effect, let's say you have the second coming of Christ occur, the more of a chance something's gonna go wrong.
Magical objects are also subject to paradox, but they are, depending on their nature, more able to pass underneath the yoke of it. After all, an ancient tablet could, to a sleeper, simply be an old antique. Only when its power is used, ideally in a spot that is aligned with its nature, would it be able to be used safely.
Correct.
But many of our friends in the Society of Ether are capable of making large mechanical monstrosities that are subject to their own forms of awakened might.
But wait, so if magical objects are sort of conditionally active, well, what about things that aren't supposed to exist? Bill, you saw an alien, right? We saw spiders in the internet. I saw a fucking vampire, and none of that spontaneously exploded because people don't believe in vampires or falling into the internet or aliens.
That's a very good question as well, actually.
Yeah. You mean to tell me that watching a little gray man shoot lightning out of his fingers or turn my friend into a tesseract and then explode, you mean that's not against the convention? That's just the world as it is? Flying saucers? Monkeys?
Well, hold on a moment. Monkeys do exist, Bill.
Okay, but yes, monkeys do exist, but not that one. That one's a bit different.
Well, I can't speak to all the experiences that you had. Some supernatural beings are less subject to the realm of consensus. We as mages are. Other forces, such as dragons, are.
Dragons?
The fucking dragons are real, but not aliens? What the fuck?
Well, dragons are real, but they can't exist on this planet for very long.
True. So instead, there's dragons on the other planets. I believe there's like a war going on Mars and stuff. It's wild.
First casualties of the technocratic union's advancing paradigm. But other creatures such as vampires or even werewolves, they are able to maintain their existence irrespective of the rules of paradox, and this is because their potential is linear. Us as mages, we have the capacity to make virtually anything you can dream of possible. Our powers, unlike those of the vampire, they are uncapped. We have limitless potential, and that threatens reality.
So I like that idea. And it's definitely a good interpretation of why vampires, werewolves, and other creatures of the night are kind of allowed to exist under consensus. My personal interpretation is that stuff like Cain's curse and Gaia's power is sort of its own consensus. Some spells and some mages are strong enough to change consensus itself. There are a few of these examples, and one of those examples is the Abrahamic God, who is just a thing in World of Darkness, because World of Darkness is weird. But yeah, like, so in theory, if you were a powerful enough mage, you could just effectively, well, not just effectively change consensus, but Yeah, that's kind of how I see it, at least. That like vampires are kind of in their own mini consensus. There is another interpretation that I also like, that vitae, again, the blood of Cain, just like how it can stretch sorceress abilities, also allows you to kind of stretch consensus itself, if that makes sense. And to be fair, most of the time, vampires are just people to most sleepers.
As such, reality seeks to course correct for us. As for vampires, they follow very particular rules. They cannot come out when the sun rises. They must feed on the blood of others. Their mechanics are grounded in a different sort of understanding. As for the true nature...
Okay, that's a very fun way of putting... That's a different rulebook.
of the difference between them and us, that's
like
an
it.
academic understanding, my boy. That is something for the scholars. I myself do not specialize in that particular differentiation.
Woof.
I have a hypothetical question for you.
Very good.
You mentioned that the ability to change reality is dependent upon consensus reality.
Yeah.
If it were possible to alter people's understanding and perception of the world, could that consensus be changed to allow
Absolutely.
this magic to become the consensus?
You are an intelligent boy, Parker. Because that is exactly how this war I had discussed is waged.
Absolutely. And not only that, consensus varies from location to location. For example, in I believe in World of Darkness, one of the places where the traditions are actually winning is in Mongolia, where a lot of the Tengri philosophy and religion has made like inroads once more into the local culture. While, of course, for example, in the West, you might see, let's say you're in America, right? Hollywoodian style, bullets flying, bouncing off walls, etc., might be nearly unbelievable, but still believable enough to be considered coincidental, so not vulgar, magic. While maybe in Europe, people would say, no, that's impossible, and that might be vulgar. So, like, the Overton window of consensus varies depending on your location and on what the people there believe.
You see, the Technocratic Union has a stranglehold over reality as it exists, but
This is true.
if it were in true victory, our world would be even more dire and dystopian than it already is. And we would also have far nicer cars. No. The war for consensual reality, that is what we call the Ascension War. It is a conflict between ourselves, the Technocratic Union, and several others. For the soul of humanity, for the custodianship to allow universal ascension, to hopefully one day make every man and woman that walks the face of the earth awakened in their own right, to truly realize the potential of mankind. And in order to fight that battle, the sleepers must be swayed. They must believe the impossible is possible. Even the Technocratic Union attempts this.
With all due respect, based on the way you've been describing it, it kind of sounds like you guys are losing.
Some believe this, and I won't lie to you. The power and might of the technocracy has become unfathomable. They are a juggernaut, well articulated, well directed. It is true. We are on the downslide of the Ascension War.
Very
We
true.
have not lost. Oh no. Oh no. For as long as wonder exists, we cannot have lost. And so we fight.
Okay. So, you're on the losing side of things and you want us on your side.
Well, of course.
I don't know if it's a losing battle or not, but we're definitely being drafted on the back foot just because. What? Accident? Coincidence?
If he wanted us to simply join him, I doubt that he would be presenting his side in such dire terms.
This is true.
Oh, that is true. Some of the less reputable members of my order would have you believe... Hell, not even the traditions exist. They might only tell you of the Order of Hermes. I recognize that you're all young people with limitless potential. But like it or not, that very same potential means that at some point you will have to pick a side. You will have to find where in this struggle you fall under. And I believe it is in your best interest to find that side within the 9 traditions.
The fun part of World of Darkness is that you can absolutely just say, no, I am not joining the traditions. I'm not joining the technocracy. I want to be left alone. And that is the hardest path of all. Because at that point, you're on your own. And being on your own in the World of Darkness is very dangerous and interesting and fun to play. So give it a go if you have a chance.
You see, by having the ability to affect reality as we mages do, inevitably, how you choose to use it will define your tenure as a mage. And it is a poor mage that hides in their corner, in their cave, or in their tower, and nary expects to affect the outside world. I believe that you have an obligation to use your might to benefit the world.
A reasonable offer. However, there is the immediate concern that we all have only awoken and you found us almost immediately. How much longer until someone from the technocracy finds us as well? And how will they feel that you have visited us first?
Oh, chances are the Technocratic Union is already searching for you. It's certainly searching for you, Bill. I had to pull quite a few strings to ensure that they didn't find you.
I was surprised they didn't.
Oof. So that was what you were talking about?
Yeah, they pulled up to my apartment. They probably would have nabbed me if I'd stayed around just a few seconds longer.
And for that, you have partially me to thank. I have some expertise in the entropic sphere. I was able to pull the strings to ensure that fate would have us all meet. If you've experienced any extraordinary coincidences, if you've found yourself suddenly here without explanation, chances are it has something to do with the strings of fate I have plucked to keep you.
The fun part of entropy magic is that it's sort of storyteller magic, right? The character just happens to find a tool in their toolbox that they happen to need. They happen to come across another person who will change their life. They happen to end up with a wizard like this.
You're safe.
It's fun.
Is that how you managed to fix the store so quickly?
No, that was a different sphere entirely. That was my powers of matter.
You keep mentioning spheres. You've mentioned the 9. I understand that it would be best to hear the description from each of them. However, a rudimentary understanding would help in knowing which direction to go first at the very least.
Oh, that thought point, Dexter. So, before you get into talking a whole bunch of shit about magical spheres and other kinds of crap like that, why don't you explain to me how the hell I pitched a ball to someone, it slammed into his chest and ruined my goddamn college career?
Is basketball one of the spheres?
Basketball is not one of the spheres.
A basketball is a
It's
sphere, though.
isn't it?
It is a sphere. It's
Shut your yaps.
Okay, I love the idea of like, yes, the matter sphere, the entropy sphere, and of course, the most powerful, basketball.
It's like I've told you. You awoke during your basketball game. You caused the sphere to transmute. More than likely, that speaks to some affinity of yours. You may have some power over the inanimate objects that make up creation. You may be a potential alchemist at some point down the line. As for
Considering he said he's a terrible chemist, it would be he's terrible at chemistry. It would be very funny if he ends up as an alchemist.
how it manifested, you must have felt some extreme pressure or perhaps an exceptionally strong emotion. I really can't say how or why or what happened to you, but it was your awakened magic choosing to reveal itself at that time. Have you not been visited by your avatar?
I don't even know what the hell that is, but you mean to sit there in your big fancy damn chair and you mean to tell me to my fucking face that not only was me throwing that out there and getting that kid a fucking pirate's dream, and then getting kicked out of college so I could now pursue this business with you. And not even with you. I had to go to Winnie to hear it firsthand, and I had to deck some punk in the chin to figure that out. You mean to tell me that you didn't plan that? That just happened to be how it worked out? You mean for me to buy that?
Samson, if I could plan out your life, I wouldn't have had you ruin your basketball career yesterday. I would have ruined it 3 months ago.
Ugh.
No, I didn't plan it. In fact, I was beginning to lose some hope in you, dear boy. You took quite a while to bloom, despite my ministrations. Fortunately, it seems like that wasn't an issue. As to why all four of you awakened so close together, that's a mystery I have yet to solve. But it is unusual.
Apologies for taking a step back, but Avatar, is that the spirit that I spoke to?
Ah, it's a spirit to you, is it? Yes, indeed. Each mage has a guardian of sorts, something called an avatar. This avatar is the embodiment of your own awakened potential. No doubt you've all had experience with some strange entity or event or even a theme. It could be as subtle as a color in some magi. This will be your guide through your own journeys as mages. You will have a mentor, of course, and that will be there to service you on the material plane. But your own enlightened journey, that is for you and the avatar. It is
Honestly, this is just straight up, like, correct, as far as I'm aware. There's some interesting interpretations of, like, what an avatar is. If it's part of the soul, if it's, like a separate being. But that was touched upon, so it's kind of like, not much to add here.
part of you, but also not.
Oh.
Some theorize they could be the spirits of former mages. Some believe they are carried with your soul throughout every reincarnation. The truth remains a mystery.
That's
They're
uncanny.
your friends, believe it or not.
To think that I'm friends with Sasquatch. I never even knew it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, okay. So you saw a Sasquatch. You saw a spirit. I saw a silhouette in a window. Either that or it was the vampire, but I don't think that he was really a part of that.
Vampire, eh? Well, that's unfortunate.
Do you know who that is? Or what their deal is?
I'm not familiar with very many vampires, I hate to say. I'm more familiar with the destruction of vampires than the introduction of them.
Fair enough. And
What did these avatars want?
They want you to realize your potential. They want you to gain a greater understanding of the world, and ultimately they want you to ascend.
You've mentioned ascension multiple times. What is it precisely?
Now that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What is ascension? If I had a succinct answer for you, I fear I wouldn't be trundling about in Norfolk, Virginia, dear boy. To attempt to answer your question, though, ascension is essentially the end point of a mage, of all magi. As awakened magi, all of you have become aware of truths that you might have otherwise discounted. You have come to know power beyond your wildest dreams. You have transcended the world of sleepers, what you were prior to your awakening. Now you have the means to seize your true potential. The ultimate conclusion of that journey is, in effect, a second awakening. Once you have reached the zenith, ascension is all that remains. To move beyond this realm, to, well, we don't quite know. Divinity? Utopia? A higher layer of existence? Only the ascended know for sure. The path to ascension is not set, nor are its outcomes fully understood. But your avatars, the manifestation of your magic, they will drive you ever on that path, forward towards ascension. Some stall on the path, some even reject it entirely. But to ascend is undoubtedly a wondrous and glorious thing. Perhaps you will understand in time. Perhaps I will as well.
All right.
That is a nice way of putting ascension, I think, because yeah, nobody really knows what ascension is, but there's like he says, it's the end point of a mage. It's the ultimate version of yourself. It's the best version of yourself. In theory, there are, of course, being the world of darkness, a bunch of theories that actually ascension is a trap, or perhaps something rather grim behind the scenes. But, you know, who knows?
So, let's get back to the 9, what'd you call them, spheres? The 9 traditions? The 9 magic doodads?
Yes, allow me to explain. There are indeed 9 widely accepted spheres of magic, and within the organization I represent, the Council of 9 Mystic Traditions, each of these traditions represent a particular sphere. To go into too much detail would be far too overwhelming for you at present, yet I feel I must furnish you with at least the basics. Should any seem like kindred spirits, I would encourage you to seek them out and learn from them. All traditions within our ranks are hallowed, noble, and just. Well, most of them anyway. I begin now with my tradition, the Order of Hermes. Greatest and first among the traditions, it was the Order of Hermes that first proposed the Council of 9.
Right.
And it is we who have served as its oft unofficial leaders. Masters of high ritual magic, we of the Order follow in the example of Hermes Trismegistus and the will workers of yore. We are extremely disciplined, hierarchical, and exact in our pursuit of knowledge.
This is true.
Though we are divided internally into a myriad of houses, each of those houses produces wizards par excellence. For we seek nothing less than the perfection of the self and the tempering of the mortal to divine. But I get ahead of myself. Think of, let's say, robes and wizard hats. That should suit the contemporary vision well enough.
God, you're the Merlins. Sorry.
Indeed.
That's actually true.
Merlin, Grandolph, Dumbledore.
Don't tell me those guys are actually real.
Of course they aren't. Only Merlin is real.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, it should also be noted that we represent the mightiest of the spheres. That of forces.
Well, they wanted more than one, but they only got one. And to their dismay, of course.
The sphere of elements. Known to our order as the Ars Essentia, it is without equal in matters of combat. To call down lightning, to bend gravity to thy will, to invoke mighty fireballs, or shatter raging storms with a gesture. That is the power of forces. That is the power of Hermes.
Hermes, the Order of Hermes is very much like the sort of classic D&D wizard type, right? That's not to say they can't cast, like, you know, other stuff than just a fireball, but that is like their base version. And since I mentioned it earlier, when they started when they started up the traditions, they wanted to have access to all spheres because they are prim and proper, etc. There was a lot of let's call it. Well, think about it like this: they might have been progressive, but this was progressive back in the 16th century. So, yeah, there was a lot of elitism going on, to say the least.
Gotta say, don't toot your horn too hard, pal.
Next, the Akashic Brotherhood.
I
or
love Samson.
Akashiana. The ill-educated among the traditions might call them the
Akashiana are interesting.
guys. Whilst technically accurate for their practice of Do, a supreme martial art known only to their ranks, it's a gross oversimplification. The Akashic Brotherhood are as wise as they are fearsome, and not every brother is of pugilistic persuasion. They hold the seat of mind on the council, the sphere of thoughts and cognition that we Hermetics know as the Ars Mentis. With mind, one might bend thoughts, shatter wills, and enhance one's own mind to lengths otherwise unimaginable. It is thought through deep meditation, the Akashics in some way can interface with their namesake, the Akashic Records.
The Akashic records are real.
The Akashic
So
records are
I
interesting, for sure.
I was once led to believe that it was a means by which one could gauge and understand the impressions and thoughts of each living being on the Tellurian. Forgive the jargon. Creation. The Earth, essentially. But I'd...
Really quickly, just want to mention this for those who don't know. The Akashic records are a real-life thing in the religion of... which one is it? I think it's Theosophy. Which is kind of like it's a book or a library or something that has every single event, thought, every emotion, every intent, like everything in it, in the past, present, and future. For the 40k fans, think of like the Black Library. Same thing. Yeah. Just so you guys know, in case you aren't aware of what the Akashic records are.
hate to spew misinformation on the subject, so I'll cease my prattling there. Instead, I shall go to our next tradition, the Celestial Chorus. These are Christian mages. A quaint concept, I know, but perhaps it'd be more apt to call them monotheists rather than Christians. The chorus, you see, are an amalgamation of multiple denominations and religions. And while these groups aren't famous for their friendship in the world of sleepers, here they are united by their belief that magic flows not from the self, but from a divine source. A source they've tenuously agreed to refer to as the One. They hold the seat of prime, the Ars Potentiae, the very power of quintessence. Many traditions have differing names and concepts of the substance. Mana, ki, to name but a few. But prime is the capacity to mold the underlying energies of creation to one's will. It is a subtle sphere. But without it, one could not conjure a fireball from the air, nor enchant a sword or spear. One could not draw power from a nexus of magic, or unbind the spells of another mage.
True.
All mages are better served with knowledge of prime, and there are few better places to learn than from a chorister. Save for, perhaps, a hermetic.
Oh, for God's sake.
And now I shall discuss the cult.
Now, before we get into the cult of ecstasy, which is also very interesting, I want to just add to that a little bit. Prime is kind of like meta magic in D&D, where like you can have forces produces the fireball, but prime allows you to change the effects of it subtly, if that makes sense. There's a lot more to prime than just that, but on a base level, it gives you a bit of an idea.
Of ecstasy. Hedonists.
Oh, and by the way, I want to point out, I am not an expert on Mage of the Ascension. I mostly know a lot of vampire and a little bit of werewolf. Mage, I do know a little bit of, but not as much.
artists, masters of the realms of sensation. These individuals are an eclectic lot, often lacking in discipline and good manners, but don't be fooled by their affect. The ecstatics produce some of the most formidable sages and seers within the 9 traditions. Their sphere, time, is oft used to perceive the past, the future, and more formidably, control the ebb and flow of causality itself. Utilizing the ars temporis, one can halt time entirely, speed oneself to inhuman lengths, even travel between past and future. Though, do be warned, young Magi. Few survive a trip to the past.
Yeah.
And fewer still emerge from the future unscathed.
It's a dangerous
in the rare
thing.
moments they emerge at all. Now, on to the Dream Speakers. Perhaps the most diverse tradition of all. Composed of soothsayers, folk magicians, and shamans from cultures the world over, the Dream Speakers are far less unified than even the Celestial Choir. Yet few can traverse the umbral realms with such alacrity. I see your confusion. Umbral realms. Those are spirit worlds. The Dream Speakers hold the seat of spirit, and utilizing their arts can not only form compacts with the essential beings that lie within, but even step sideways to their mysterious domains. Heavens, hells, and purgatories betwixt, these are the domain of the Dream Speaker. Bill, you may be surprised to hear that your outer space is merely an extension of the Umbra, and your aliens are but the spirits that reside in it.
The fuck? There's ghosts in space?
There's ghosts in space? And hell is real?
Well, I suppose in a manner of speaking. To my
There's ghosts in space and hell is real is quite a line.
understanding, there are manifold hells that some poor souls find
True.
themselves trapped in. Usually,
Generally of their own, like, subconscious making.
though, they're of their own subconscious making.
What? Oh my god. Did I just, like, hijack my photo there for a second? Oh my god.
Multiple ones?
Was Hellraiser a documentary?
You're gonna give the guy an aneurysm. Slow it down.
There are places darker, more dangerous than any hell. I shan't mention them here. Let us move on. And on the subject of darkness and death, who better to cover than the Euthanatoi?
True.
Grim and macabre sort, the
I quite
Euthanators
like
concern
these.
themselves first and foremost with the custodianship of the Wheel of Fate. Specifically, those who endure in this world, shall we say, past their time.
Indeed.
Those souls that stagnate, that seek to avert death or otherwise pollute the world, as they call it. The Euthanatos seek to bring an end to them and return them to the cycle of reincarnation.
I believe, in fact, there's some Euthanatoi that actually ally with werewolves. It's rare, but does happen. Because, needless to say, stuff like Pentex and vampires are very much a problem for the Wheel of Fate. Though Pentex less so. Generally, though, a Euthanatoi will absolutely just nuke a vampire if they get the chance.
They are dangerous, unpredictable, and I can't recommend associating with them for very long. Their chosen seat is entropy, a suitably dreary element. Theirs is the magic of decay and death, but also luck and probability. Use of the Ars Fortunae allows one to shear away possibilities until only one remains. Thus, 1 in a million becomes commonplace around an entropy master. Still, they must take heed not to acquire too much of death's resonance. Jaw, it is called, and it has been the ruin of more than a few great magi.
Very true. It's kind of its own version of the Sentient. I'm sure we'll get to the Nefandi eventually, but like, it is kind of like the Nefandi's Dissension. There was also something else mentioned that I wanted to touch upon. Let me go back for just a moment.
Those who endure in this world, shall we say, past their time. Those souls that stagnate, that seek to avert death or otherwise pollute the world, as they call it. The Euthanatos seek to bring an end to them and return them to the cycle of reincarnation.
Indeed.
They are dangerous, unpredictable, and I can't recommend associating with them for very long. Their chosen seat is entropy, a suitably dreary element. Theirs is the magic of decay and death, but also luck and probability. Use of the Ars Fortunae allows one to
yes.
shear away possibilities until only one remains.
This is what I wanted
Thus-
to mention. In a way, the improbability engine from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy would be an entropy magic effect, where it's doing something that is incredibly improbable, you know, turning a mist-sun into a whale and stuff like that. It's, I think one of the very fun things about Mage, and something that I would recommend if you feel like it, is watching unrelated things to the world of darkness and just trying to see like, oh, which sphere would this be? Like, seeing some crazy stunt, or what kind of effect would that be in the world of darkness? And you'll come to find, before too long, you can do that with almost the entire world, and it's kind of crazy. It does change your thinking in a lot of ways. It's kind of like after you've played Assassin's Creed, you start thinking, I could climb that.
1 in a million becomes commonplace around an entropy master. Still, they must take heed not to acquire too much of death's resonance. Jaw, it is called, and it has been the ruin of more than a few great magi.
Good to know that we're actually bumping shoulders with an actual death cult. That's good. Yeah.
True.
You'll come to find, Samson, that there are few things that cults can't emerge about. On to brighter matters. The Society of Ether are technomancers and inventors who, on the whole, tend to weave an eccentric character. You see, as the Technocratic Union has enforced the paradigm of scientific thought, they have excised certain parts of it in the search for control. The Etherites are mainly made up of those thoughts that have been deemed too fantastical for the Union's ruthless and iron-fisted regime. From roboticists to atomic engineers to aeronauts that glide through the sky in extraordinary craft, these brave souls take the science of our oppressors and turn it into something wondrous and grand. Their seat of the traditions is matter, the raw stuff of creation. Often considered a more boorish speciality among magi, matter is not to be underestimated. With it, one can transmute lead to gold, water to wine, and even puppeteer the dead. After all, that without life is but inert matter. And on the subject of life, I suppose I might as well mention
The matter sphere is very fun because, like Marvolo mentions, you can absolutely just do some necromancy with matter, which, ooh, I do love me some necromancy.
them. The Verbena claim to be the oldest tradition. They are not alone in this claim. Don't listen to those upstarts blindly. At any rate, those druids of the Verbena are practitioners of ancient witchcraft and run the gamut from harmless New Agers to fanatic primitivists. The Verbena embrace nature in all its forms and are oft aligned against the concept of civilization itself. Some are kind and dependable,
True.
joyous, harmonious, and at times even delightful. Others are decidedly less pleasant, extolling the virtuous cruelty of Mother Earth and celebrating only that which is fit enough to survive. Their sphere of life is well suited to their duality. The Ars Vitae might heal even the most dire of wounds. It can reshape one's body to be stronger, more agile, even to assume an animalistic or inhuman form. One might polymorph a dreaded foe into a harmless sheep, or spontaneously summon forth a legion of crabs from pure ephemera.
That's a good reference.
That last one happened to me once. It really did. No one believes me, but it's true. Legions of crabs. goodness. I was nursing my poor fingers for a week afterwards.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a reference to the crab book. I forget the name. But if anybody in the comments knows the name of the crab book, please mention it, because it is. It's like peak early Well of Darkness, and I like it a lot.
Lastly, and most recent to join our council, are the virtual adepts. Like the Etherites, they fled the shadow of the technocracy when the desire for control outpaced the growth of their science. But unlike the Etherites, the adepts are decidedly modern. They specialize in the interwebs, as it's called. Perhaps you're familiar? The digital age, mass connectivity, etc., etc. Usually, they're punkish, rude, and quite the rabble, if I'm being honest. Yet, it's important to keep one's pulse on the times, and few among our organization know this as much as those miscreant hacker cabals. Their sphere of correspondence reflects this notion, that of space, distance, and the interconnectedness of all things. Should one require a portal open, a spell cast over a large distance, or even to appear in many places at once, they must acquire a deep understanding of the Ars Conjunctionis. It was this sphere I used to bring you all here, in fact.
This is
To
accurate.
assume that correspondence would allow someone to move not just from physical space to physical space, but to another realm as well.
I've heard tell that the adepts utilize their chosen sphere to access the so-called virtual web. But for the most part, if you seek to travel...
We did see that already.
You really should seek out the use of the spirit sphere. Of course, a bit of both never hurt anyone, provided you take care not to grow too Kavalliere with the Tellurian's boundaries.
Absolutely.
Messing with them boundaries sounds like a good way to get yourself sent to one of those hells you were talking about.
Then
Beyond the boundaries lie all sorts of strange and horrible beings, including just basically Cthulhu. So, be careful.
very well said, Samson. We'll make a hermetic of you yet.
So, when we fell through the computer, that was correspondence?
Probably.
As I said, it's quite possible. Or it could have been a matter of you stepping sideways. I'd explain the particulars of traversing the gauntlet, but I feel that's a buzzword too far, and a lecture for another day.
I'm gonna look up.
Traversing the gauntlet is interesting, by the way, and definitely something. It's something that quite a few creatures can do, actually. Fae, werewolves, some vampires. Some believe, like Malkavians, for example, have a connection through the Umbra with each other. There's a bunch of stuff like that. And I think the cool thing about that is the Umbra is spirit realms, right? It's the internet, it's the underworld, it's the void, it's all sorts of things. Going there is dangerous, to say the least, but it's also quite useful for a lot of mages and other creatures.
Over at the monkey. Are you a virtual adept?
He looks up at you, monkey eyes, and then he reaches for the decanter of white wine while looking at you. And he takes it slowly. And then he just starts drinking it.
Is that animal cruelty? Is he allowed to do that?
I don't know about letting a
He can use
monkey.
a gun. I think he can do whatever he wants.
Just as long as he's not doing both at the same time.
Just as long as he's not driving after this.
No, he doesn't drive. I do.
Yeah, you could have fucking fooled me.
Let me just really quickly roll monkey stamina.
No! Drunk monkey!
Wait, I just googled this out of curiosity. Wild chimpanzees have been found to consume the equivalent of a bottle of lager's alcohol a day from eating ripened fruit, scientists say. According to the BBC, they say this is evidence humans may have got our taste for alcohol from common primate ancestors who relied on fermented fruit, a source of sugar and alcohol, for food. That actually makes so much sense to me.
He can hold his liquor. Good God.
The monkey,
That's
the monkey
neat.
got a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes, thanks to our popping dice mechanic. So the monkey is good. Monkey's barely even buzzed.
The guy's got fucking liver of depleted uranium. Terrific.
As this monkey is drinking the white wine that I was rather enjoying, Parker will look over at Samson. There are many artifacts that I suspect would be related to that sphere. I'm imagining that the spirit gates in Japan would be an example.
Maybe.
I can't help but feel you'd need to go to Japan and see for yourself on that. Any magic that transports you physically tends to rely on a healthy dose of correspondence there. Trains, for instance, are an excellent example of correspondence magic in action.
Really?
Have you heard of them? They tend to go chugga chugga, occasionally choo choo.
So,
So I know this is kind of a funny example, but it's also a good example of how the magic of the world is all around us, even in the modern era. After all, and a phone, like the touchscreen phones that we have, they are literal supercomputers in our pockets. We have planes that can fly without, any kind of we have planes that can fly with wings, but still, like they fly because we figure, like, hey, they're gonna fly, right? The train just works because it's supposed to, and I quite like that. It's quite interesting to me, that sort of vibe. Speaking of trains, by the way, when do we get steam trains back, or at least the aesthetic? Like, I don't need everything to be run on coal, but let me just get, like, steam train aesthetics, please. They were freaking amazing, and I want that back.
correspondence magic is a train.
Marvolo reaches down, and he grabs the crystal ball, and he holds it in his hand.
Samson, why don't you try and take this from me?
Okay, I see
alright.
what we're gonna do.
He will attempt to do so.
You're not that far from Marvolo. You should be able to very easily take it. But as you do, it just gets distant from you. It's like the room begins moving backwards, receding from your touch as more and more space is created between you and it, despite the confines of the room not quite changing. You just feel distant and distant and distant, and when you finally reach out at your full extent, the effect ends and you have it in your hand.
He immediately experiences vertigo and falls onto the table.
Okay, first of all, funny. Second of all, I like how they'd used the vertigo shot for that. I'm a big fan of vertigo shots. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a very famous shot in Jaws where they use that shot as well. I think also another way to call it is the dolly zoom. There's a few other terms for it, but yes, I definitely recommend you check it out sometime because it is quite cool to see. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, basically what you do is you zoom and move the camera so that you can move your camera towards the subject or away, and the zoom shifts from wide angle to tight angle, if that makes sense, or vice versa. You can choose. And it has like a weird perspective effect. I just, you know what? I'm just going to show you guys this really quickly. One sec. I'm just going to show you guys this really quickly because it's a neat shot, and I want to show you. Here you go. Oh wow, the quality here. Hold on. Please, 144. Are you kidding me? No. Like, that effect isn't like super pronounced, but especially if you look at the background here, you can really see it, and I do like that a lot. Anyway, back to mage stuff.
Fuck!
As spectators, how do we experience
That's
this?
a good
How does that look to
question.
them?
You see the room extend backwards, like getting longer and longer, like more of it is just being created and filtering out. The table gets longer and longer. The space between them just gets farther and further, and then you blink and then it's back to normal.
Oh god, it's Sam Raimi magic.
I'm just imagining the monkey at one end of the table just steadily disappearing to the vanishing point at the back of the room. Like, oh,
All right. This is a hell of a lot of information. Thanks for at least being forthcoming with it. How many people like you, like us, I guess, are in
Very few.
Norfolk?
It has more than a few mages around, I think, because it is a center of power.
You're telling me there's a seat of magical power in fucking Norfolk?
Isn't
know,
NATO
Samson.
here?
There is the headquarters of NATO in the North American continent.
I swear to God. If I keep predicting these things, I'm gonna start slapping myself. What the heck?
Right next door. I'm surprised that the organization, whose main foundation is terrestrial power, may have some seed of might there.
You're making it sound like the military itself is small pickings compared to them.
Oh, please don't be so gauche. There's not enough of us to be able to snap our fingers and take over the world or some such. No, the Technocratic Union, it should be mentioned, is not in control of every government, every facility, everything on the planet. But they very frequently co-opt, advise, and manipulate these systems of power to their own ends.
I think a good comparison to the technocracy and the traditions, and really most things in the world of darkness, is that it's a shadow war. All of it is a shadow war. The people fighting it are less than a 100% of the human population. Humanity is immensely powerful, but it's rudderless. And as such, you have a bunch of different people who fancy themselves captains trying to take control of the ship. That could be the technocracy, that could be vampires, that could be the traditions, that could be somebody like the Abrahamic God. All sorts of different creatures and beings trying to be at the helm and pulling the ship in different directions. Some of them trying to avoid the rocks, some of them trying to steer right towards them.
When we leave here, now armed with this information, are they going to immediately be coming for us? And if that's the case, what do we do?
That's an excellent question. The Technocratic Union is no doubt attempting to investigate what exactly is going on with their recent awakenings. But I also have it on good authority that events in the Great Dismal Swamp have led them to counteract very quickly a security breach of some sort. It may be your aliens build. Now, as for you, though, it is true that once you leave here, any who can spy magic will at least investigate the points in which you awakened. And should they do it with any seriousness, finding you in your homes should be relatively trivial. To that end, I would open my own home to you all. Unfortunately, it too has recently been attacked by a different force. Not the Technocratic Union, but another combatant in the Ascension War.
Whom?
Yeah, about that. You wanna enlighten me to who the hell summoned the meat beast in your basement?
Is it gonna be the
I'd love to give
Nefandi?
you the individual identity. If I knew it, I assure you, this individual would no longer exist. But they call themselves the Nefandi.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Have you heard yourself
Also-
tale of dark magic, of corrupted souls,
What do I
of
slap myself?
power forbidden, lest it taint the mind, the body, the soul.
Yeah, it's pretty typical horror movie fare. Your, Necronomicon kind of shit.
It exists.
Oh.
It does?
Evil Dead a documentary?
It does
Evil
it?
Dead was not a documentary, but Nefandi exist. This is no laughing matter.
Okay.
Nefandi are those of us who have forsaken the path of ascension. And hear me well, for if you hear nothing else, you must hear this. They are the one foe that even the traditions join hands with the technocracy to face. They are perilous. They are devils. They are vile without mention. And should they get their hands on you, you should take your own life before joining them.
Ugh.
So severe will be the cost to your soul.
Yep. That's
Nefandi are
accurate.
mages who no longer believe in ascension, they believe in dissension. Their goal, if you could call it that, would be nonetheless the complete and abject torment of every soul on earth in perpetuity, including themselves. They have been faced against their darkest reflection, the aspects of themselves that bring them revulsion and vileness. They have faced this dark reflection, and they have knelt before it and called it God. They are, and I say this without candor, the most vile, pestilential, awful breed of thing to exist on this earth. They are the ones that attacked us.
It's like they became their own evil twin. I'm getting that.
Sort
In a manner
of.
of speaking. The less known about the precise nature of the Nefandi, the better. But you must always be watchful. They will attempt to lead you to their centers of power, a place they call a call. And once inside, they will subject you to horrors beyond your comprehension. And should you fall, no matter the man you were before, no matter your moral values, no matter who you are, you will be possessed of this ultimate evil, and it will dominate you. The only cure is destruction of the soul. But no, Nefandi can be quite nefarious. The wisest among them can disguise themselves as otherwise reputable members of the community, only to reveal their true colors when they have you in their clutches. That said, very rarely will you encounter one. But they too spy the awakened signatures. It is more than likely that they too will be curious as to if you are amenable to them.
They will try to turn you into Barabi, as they're called, which is the name for mages who turn to the Nefandi. The Nefandi are interesting because there's a lot of interpretations of them. There's oftentimes a sort of idea that the Nefandi are just like how should I put it? Are just nihilists, effectively. Which I don't think they are necessarily. They just believe in dissension instead. There's also the Widdersland, I think that it's called, which is like some people are just born with an inverted avatar. Like, where normally an avatar would try to do ascension, Widderstain's avatars trying to do dissension. Which I don't think any of our four here are, personally, by the way. I do think Parker has the potential to become a Barabi, though. Though, to be fair, all of them do, to some extent.
Well, one way or the other, perhaps our more immediate concern is the technocracy. Because once they're finished with whatever was bothering them, they're going to come for us next.
Exactly. To that end, I can arrange lodgings. It won't be with me, but it will be with someone who owes me a considerable debt. This lodging, I would insist, all of you attend to. As for your families, I can offer them what protection I may, but it is best that you remain separate from them.
Can they stay where they are?
Probably. I will do what I can, again, to ensure that the worst does not befall them. I will warn all of you, though, that you are now living a new life. And very rarely can a mage live in both the mortal world and the mystic world.
Try to stop me. Way too much cool shit in the mortal world, even if there is all this stupid magic.
Well, I wish you abject luck, Samson.
Indeed.
And I would, at last, offer all of you a final boon. Samson, I have begun this process a long time ago, and it seems as if you and I are going to remain at some form of impasse. But nevertheless, it is my duty as a scion of the Order of Hermes to offer you an apprenticeship within the House Flambeau. Do you accept?
You know what? Sure.
Okay.
Guess I got as far as I can with basketball.
Interesting.
Let's see where I can go with this.
Most
Samson
excellent.
becoming
I will
a
begin your-
basketballing war mage actually does sound very fun. Very quickly, before we go too far beyond the Nefandi, I just want to mention that their magic is actually very interesting because they don't really use normal magic. They use what's called, oh god, the name, clipophic magic, which Clipper are weird. Sorry, not Clipper, Clipoff are weird. In that they're sort of how to explain them? They're sort of beta versions of the world. Like, imagine like God, right, is making the world, and the first try is like, I'm not really happy with it. Discard and like, let's try again. That's kind of what a clip off, what clip offs are. Many of them aren't really evil, but well, like introducing, like, you know what? Okay, think of it like this. Imagine you have a game and you add mods to that game. Generally, those mods will make the game a lot less stable and make it crash. Now, imagine a clipper is a mod and the normal world is the game as a whole. Similar kind of deal. You can inflict a lot of damage to the world through doing stuff like that. And in the same way, clipophic stuff is it's dangerous. Let's just put it that way. It's very dangerous, to say the least, and Nefandi are not to be underestimated.
Official instruction within the coming weeks. I need to make sure that what occurred at my compound does not occur again. As for the rest of you, I am more than happy to see to your own instruction, should you be interested. However, I am not willing to take on 4 apprentices at the same time. If you seek instruction with the Order of Hermes, I will happily lead you to other masters.
I actually got a quick question for you, Marvolo.
Of course. What can I help you with?
I was talking to Winnie about all the nonsense that happened, right? You know, I got to check out the basement, got to see the funny meat creature and the fucking mess it made, and she kind of sent me out this way, specifically the earshot, Patty. He points at Parker. Yeah, sorry, I was tricking you. I didn't want a bottle.
You're lost. They're nice bottles.
Yeah, I was supposed to be like waiting for you to show up because we're looking for, what was his name, Cyrus? Carlisle?
Yes.
Yes. Before we go into this a bit more, by the way, I also want to mention, sorry, there's so much information here, and I just want to, like, let you guys know about some of this stuff. There's also a theorized 10th sphere, which is very debated on what it is. I believe the most common one is Unity, where, like, basically, like, depending on who sees it, the Order of Hermes, for example, sees it as the as a means of returning to like humanity's original divinity, if that makes sense. Like, I think they want to return to kind of the Adam and Eve kind of state to some degree. But it very much depends. That everybody has their own theory for it. It's an interesting thing, and I definitely recommend, like, look it up a little bit, discuss it with other people, because the temp sphere is fascinating and something that hasn't yet been solidified. And those not so solid things are the truly interesting parts of a world of darkness, in my opinion. Anyway, sorry, let's continue.
About that, we did have, on the same day that my compound was attacked, a fair weather friend, an ally, went missing. Someone by the name of Cyrus Carling. Last I heard, Parker, they were going to your shop. Do you have any idea what happened to them, old sport?
I'm so glad I have the poker face merit right now.
Just the internal screaming. His face is completely passive.
Oh yeah. Like my father said that we were going to have someone come in. He came in, but he left pretty quickly. We didn't quite have what he was looking for.
Awesome. Okay. I'm going to ask you to roll me manipulation subterfuge.
Okay.
And poker face. Let's see what that does for you. -2 difficulty on your subterfuge.
Nice.
Fuck yes.
So difficulty 6 becomes difficulty 4.
All right, 5d10. That's 4 manipulation and 1 to subterfuge.
1 success.
Ooh.
He takes a look at you. Did he mention what object he was looking for?
He said he was looking for a particular grandfather clock. It hadn't come in yet, but it arrived shortly after.
Interesting. I would very much like to see this clock. He stands up, the door opens back. It's the front of the antique store. He gestures you all to abscond with him as he very briskly walks forward.
Samson takes the last slug of water and places the glass back down on the table before heading out. He's actually going to start dribbling his ball this time.
All right, so Parker, you watch as everyone very quickly enters out into your antique store.
Please be careful. The shop has already been smashed once today.
I gotcha. Got good control.
Parker, if you could show me where the grandfather clock is.
Honestly, I do get Parker's worry, because I remember in school, people would play football, like, inside. And I don't know why, I ended up getting hit by balls quite a lot. I don't know, maybe balls are just attracted to my face or something.
Parker, perfect poker face, leads Marvolo into the back, and he mentions to everyone else, feel free to stay out front here if you'd like. Please peruse the wares. I'll give you all a discount.
Have you got any, like, taxidermied animals? Like, vintage taxidermy? I've been looking everywhere.
Oh my god, we can't get them off our hands.
How many?
How many?
We'll talk about it when we get back.
Excellent.
Samson's going to follow Marvolo as well, since he got put on this
Amazing.
little assignment as well.
Oh, Bill, are you and the monkey coming?
Yeah, Bill is just like, at this point, he's probably drank 2 glasses worth of Crown Royal. And
Oh,
he's just,
Roll me stamina.
absolutely.
Please, bot.
Oh, I hope so. Oh,
Nice.
You're good.
all right.
Don't even bother popping it. You're good. Fuck, you're good. You can hold your liquor.
It's booze.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. So, at this point, Bill is just muttering to himself, hell is real, space is fake. My friends are all dead, and I've got a talking monkey, and the New World Order is going to kill me.
Can we get that on a t-shirt? Oh my god. Hell is real, space is fake.
Yeah, monkey's just holding your hand, like shaking his head, like ooh, 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 ooh,
Amazing.
affirming everything you say as he walks forward.
Hell is real, space is fake.
As Parker is leading the 3 of them down, he takes a wide but non-suspicious berth around the bottomless crate that houses prized concrete statue. The
Oh,
grandfather clock is
okay.
still uncovered.
I doubted this will happen, but imagine if at this moment, like, they lift a crate up and Cyrus is right there. Like, what happens then?
It'll take like a few moments too long, but realizing she has been left alone in the front of the shop after being told the New World Order's after her ass, Sybil's gonna put her after the rest of the group.
Ooh, or even more interestingly, what if the statue isn't there? Ooh.
Do you have,
Probably
like,
with like a taxidermied raccoon under one arm.
yeah, roll me 1d4.
Alright, 1d4.
Yeah, that's
That's
you
two.
you have 2 taxidermied animals. Figure out which ones they are.
Alright, I'm gonna have a raccoon under one arm, and then like, what's the biggest kind of spider?
God, a Goliath bird-eating spider. There's
All
probably
right.
one at that time.
Uh,
That
yeah.
or a huntsman.
Yeah, like a giant huntsman spider, like stuffed huntsman spider.
I know for a fact that sometimes arachnids like that will be placed in like clear polymer domes.
Oh, yeah.
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 I got one of those.
Yeah, I don't know if you can taxidermy a spider, but maybe you can. I don't fucking know.
If they're big enough, you can. It's the important thing is, if they're too small, you can't fill in the legs. I believe something like a tarantula you could actually taxidermy.
I don't think you can taxidermy them, but like
You
basically
can't
you just
taxidermy
take
a
the spider.
yeah,
You take the spider, you splay it out, and then you pour
Like resin,
you
yeah.
pour the plastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
the-
You
the
can do
clear
it with a
resin over it.
tarantula. They're sufficiently.
Yeah,
exactly,
Isn't the
tarantula.
spider like localized mostly? Not localized, but like in like the Australia, just like in Australia. I thought that was a big thing.
Yeah, aren't they like actually harmless?
Which ones?
Yeah, they're
Huntsmans?
buddies.
Those
Huntsman's
their
to my
venom
understanding.
could kill you, but it's not like Sydney funnelwebs. Those will kill you within like hours.
Yeah.
Wait, how did we
Well-
get here again?
Because bugs are fucking awesome, Erndil.
Well,
This is true. Bugs are
Hunting
cool.
spiders will often, unless they're a particularly aggressive species, like the boner spider, the banana spider.
Yeah.
The one that gives you boners till you die.
Oh my God.
That most hunting spiders like that, because
Get boner to death.
their eyesight is so good, they're not very likely to accidentally attack you or bite you. That's why sometimes you see little like people will have jumping spiders on their arms and they won't bite, they're just buddies.
Yeah.
Oh, jumping spiders are great. They're just super docile.
Funny.
Anyway, sorry, I'm I'm doing the thing.
Oh no, I welcome the spider sunblock.
This is
Oh
a
my
mood
God.
though, but I feel like Parker's player. I'm not sure what their name is. I think it's Fred. I feel like Fred and I could have a very long conversation about essentially everything in the world.
You're fucking the thing.
So, Marvolo walks up to the clock. He begins moving his finger throughout his curly mustache. And you said it was this clock, my boy, that he was looking for?
We had it ordered special for him.
Interesting. Did he ever mention why he wanted it?
No, he was cagey.
Interesting. I suppose that's in order. Maybe in time we'll find some use for it, or he'll reappear and he may purchase it again.
Would it not be a problem if some perhaps less than kind people came and discovered it?
Would you like it moved into your new abode?
That sounds prudent. This clock has something to do with my awakening.
Indeed. Well then, I think that it's a natural fit. We'll speak to the landlord, but I can't imagine they'll have much of a problem with it.
Landlord.
Landlord?
Well, yes. The abode that I'll be sending you to will be under the protection of another mage of the Nine Traditions.
Okay.
All right. Shit. Are we gonna have people to help us move? I have a lot of shit.
I'm certain we'll figure something out. Parker, I want you to go ahead and make me a very quick perception awareness.
I am very glad that I
Okay.
put points into that.
5 successes, very good. You notice something, and it's so minute. The box, it's slightly askew from when you last left it,
Ooh.
like it'd been jostled by something.
Maybe Cyrus did escape.
Would it be alright if I got a few affairs in order before the move happened?
Oh, of course. Do you need to get some of your things together down here?
Yes, please, and I'd also like a chance to talk with my father. I'm here because he's old and he needs help tending to the shop, and so I'd like to get things in order in that way.
Absolutely. The rest of you need similar accommodations.
I do like this about the Well of Darkness, by the way, and especially mages, because generally if you're a vampire, it's just drop it, nerd. Mages are a bit more connected to the natural world, despite the fact that eventually they can become quite, disconnected. Something about that is nice, though, like that grounding. As much insanity as there is out there, werewolves and vampires and Cthulhu and all that other stuff, sometimes you just need to take care of your old dad. You know? It's nice. There's something really nice about that to me.
Ain't got much, but I have to go talk with E before I go. My cousin, and I guess my mother, whatever the fuck. I don't have a whole lot.
Are we gonna be allowed to kind of leave the place freely? I've got a whole studio to tend to.
I can't imagine that you'll be under house arrest. It's not becoming of mages to never be allowed to leave. The important thing is that your trail from the awakening is given time to go cold. I'd be careful with your appearances. I wouldn't recommend dallying about your usual haunts.
Damn, the show's coming up. How else am I gonna pay rent? How much does this new place cost?
I assure you, we will
That's the mood right there.
negotiate these things with the landlord.
God, I want to make rent.
And you won't be divorced from your normal life for too long. In fact, I wouldn't imagine that'd be too much of an issue to coordinate with your fellows.
Listen, you've never met Pablo. The guy would be inconsolable if I just went cold for a week.
I'll have a vehicle come out to meet you later on in the evening. Whenabouts did you say it'd be a decent enough time?
Give me 3-4 hours.
Fine by me.
What about the, I've got the RV. I can't exactly hide that many places.
I'll make sure your RV is tended to well enough. I can have it protected, assuming that it's not already been compromised. Sybil, were there any considerations for you?
Probably need to get my computer and the contents of my current apartment. Do you got like a magic box that I can put all my crap in? I've got a lot of knickknacks, a lot of little things.
Magic is not a thing.
I do like how Dee has a tendency to prompt Sybil a bit more, because it seems like Odoroshi's a little bit more reticent, which is, by the way, not a problem. It's just that sometimes a player needs a little bit more prompting, and Dee seems to be very good at knowing when there's prompting necessary.
To be used so casually. Quite frankly, the displays I've already expended towards you all, that is sufficient enough for me for the day.
Oh, are you out of MP?
No, it doesn't work like that. As I've said, when you cast magic that is vulgar, there is a substantial paradox backlash, and the other evening I was involved in a life-or-death battle against a horde of gibbering undead.
Oh, that
Which is
sounds a little
why
paradox.
quite a few mages, especially mages that are still starting out, will have tools. This could be as simple as just a gun, or all sorts of other mundane tools, or sorcerous objects. Or even the gun that Cyrus has, the ridiculous, like, deagle thing.
I'll figure it out.
Very good. I'll certainly see you all off. Let's head on. And Marvola will lead you outside to the front. An old-fashioned black Rolls-Royce pulls up.
Oh, this is why we don't have to pay rent.
The doors quickly open for all of you. I assume you three and the monkey will be entering?
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good. In which case, we'll go to Parker, back down in the cellar.
The moment that he hears the front door shut, he turns his attention to the box. For a moment, Parker is going to consider. He places his hand upon the box, and much as he sensed the spirit the first time when inspecting the clock, he is going to sense for a spirit underneath the box again, almost afraid to look underneath it. Definitely afraid to look underneath it.
Go ahead and roll me Arate.
9.
You search for a soul beneath the box. You find none.
Immediately, he is going to pull the box up.
You look, and where once there was a statue literally taped and tapered to the ground by the stone itself, there is nothing. There is a disruption of the rock of the cellar, as if some large part of it just snapped off and disappeared. It looks like a pothole you might see on the road, where there once was Cyrus Carling. There now is not.
Very fun. So, question is, what could have happened? So, correspondence magic, probably. Teleportation, I imagine. Maybe stepping sideways, but I don't think the gauntlet is that weak and that easy to get into. So, my first guess is correspondence magic. Maybe some sort of failsafe that teleported him back to his yacht that was mentioned before. That would make sense to me.
Parker turns on his heel and runs up the stairs, calling, "Dad!"
Yes, what is it? I heard some
Parker runs up to him and immediately, grabs his shoulders and says, "Did you see anything? Did you see anyone come or go today?"
Well, I heard some sort of commotion downstairs, but when I came down, everything seemed fine.
Anything else?
There was a customer that was pacing about, seemed to be waiting to be helped. I assumed you were in the bathroom or some such, so I tended to them. They bought a little sphinx.
Okay. Sorry, Dad. Today's been a bit odd.
Yeah, what do you mean, Parker? You're acting quite strange, I must note.
I'll explain later, Dad. However,
I wonder if he's actually going to explain eventually.
Dad?
Yes?
I need you to trust me. I'm going to be gone for a week. Some very concerning but potentially exciting things have happened. I can't explain all of them right now, but things are going to be okay.
Son, you always have my trust. But what is it? Why can't you tell me?
I'll hopefully be able to tell you soon. Just for now, if anyone asks where I am, just tell them that I am gone. That you aren't sure where I went.
Okay.
What will I tell your mother?
I mean, you guys were fine when I was gone to college. This is like that.
You see, exciting opportunity. Very well, Parker. You know, if you're in any sort of trouble, you can always reach out. We'll always be able to help you.
I know, Dad.
You know, the dad and the mom being sort of the shackles of normalcy on Parker. And now he's going away from those last vestiges of normalcy. I think maybe in the next few episodes of next few chapters of Norfolk Wizard Game, we might see him get quite it's called worrying. We'll see.
Be careful, son. I'm excited for you, but you worry me at this, but you've always done right by us. We trust you.
Will you guys be okay while I'm gone?
Think nothing of it. A week, we can handle that. I mean, what if you were in the hospital and you broke your leg? We'd have to do the same thing. Trust me, we're fine.
Okay. I'll miss your eggs.
Well, they'll be waiting for you, so don't be too long. You've got a week before I get worried and interject myself.
Okay. If things get that bad, I'll be glad to have you interject. I need to pack.
Of course, son. Of course.
And some people will be by soon. They'll just be taking out the grandfather clock that we weren't able to sell the other day.
Oh, did you find a buyer? Is it going into storage?
In a sense.
Cut back to the mouse pad.
Okay.
Bill and Sybil have been let
Oh,
out
boy.
right in front. You can see that the Juggalos are still at it.
Let's
They
go!
have the time of their
my
life.
God.
You fucking forgot about this?
The Dark Carnival does not end.
Did
All hail the Dark Carnival. It shall rule forevermore.
30, you idiots! And these young little kids are having
Juggalo
the LAN
family
party
forever.
of their dreams.
Oh my god, the Juggalos?
They're still going?
What
You know,
the fuck is happening here?
It's the Dark Carnival, brother.
Why do you have them on your property?
well, it's not technically my property. We more just rent the back room for my art studio. Well, we can go around back without needing to interface.
As you say that, a hatchet just into the glass to the other side, and then you see a 12-year-old in full clown makeup grab it before running back into the
Jesus Christ.
Give that child a hatchet. Is that real?
Do you vet these people?
Hey, show me what you have. A knife! Now!
Like I said, I do not own the place. The owner of the mousepad just kind of rented the back out to us.
Speaking of the back,
Yep.
yeah, let's, Bill will move up to the side of the building, but he's gonna be super tactical about it. Once he gets close to it, he's gonna put his back to it, peek around the corner. He's gonna look around the side of the building, try not to expose too much of himself, just to see if there's anybody waiting in the alley.
Go ahead and make a perception alertness. 3 successes. You're on the lookout for anything lying in wait, and you don't see anyone until, just with a glance, you notice a shape on the roof that quickly scoops down as you approach.
Ooh, okay.
Bill will quickly duck back around the corner.
What? What happened?
There's somebody up above. There's somebody on the roof.
Did you get a look at them?
No, I didn't. They knew that I was looking at them because as soon as I laid eyes on them, they ducked out of sight.
Perception alertness for everybody.
Sure. 3, I think.
Interesting,
Great.
interesting.
Okay. You guys are doing just fine. You all are able to hear this. There's a sound like someone going, and then running on the other side of the mouse pad.
Ooh,
Samson
They're trying to
is
get
going to
away.
immediately sprint after them.
Samson's running after them. What are you two doing?
I'm gonna follow very quickly, just in case that's one of my weird artist friends about to get a basketball to the nose.
Yeah.
Everybody, why don't you go ahead and roll me Dex Athletics?
Do I have to? Alright, I'm assuming difficulty 7 because I have no athletics.
Yes.
2 successes, I guess.
Ah, damn. All right.
2 10s.
You sprint out, Samson, but our good friend Bill is naturally this paranoid. He and the monkey that is now strapped to his back are just running forward, having already anticipated this. Sybil, you're keeping astoundingly good pace, though of course you're exerting yourself far more. And you guys turn the corner and you're able to see a guy in a denim jacket wearing jeans running.
Interesting.
A little bit distant, but if you guys kept up the chase, you might be able to catch up to him. Sybil, you see that it is not one of your freaks.
Oh, it's not one of my freaks. Alright, I'm gonna just kind of try to keep pace with everyone. I'm not particularly athletic, but I'd still like to see where this goes.
Let's all make a Dex Athletics. 1 success.
1 success.
1 success. I'm gonna burn a willpower
Oh,
for a
boy.
second success.
Oh
Can you
boy.
burn willpower
there we
after
go.
the roll? I thought you needed to do that before the roll.
We don't pop on pops, right?
Well, you do. Hold on a second. What matters is not that you got more successes than God. You just had to beat 1 success.
Oh, good.
Samson and Sybil, you are rushing forward. Sybil, you're lagging behind a little bit, and you're running about on par. Samson, you have basketball as your favorite sport, and you are running faster than Chris Lightning. Before you know it, you're right up to him, and if you wanted to, you could fucking grab him.
I will happily lunge out and tackle this motherfucker.
Roll me Strength Athletics. Oh shit. You grab onto him. but he's just a little bit too slippery for you. You grab onto the back of his jean jacket, you rip it off, and as you do, he just bursts forward, trying to get away from you, and you're able to see that the palms of his hands, part of his arms, have this strange, discolored blue.
Oh,
Hey,
interesting.
get back here, you punk.
Runs straight
what could he
into
be?
traffic, and I'm going to roll something really quick for him.
Oh, quite a few things.
Yeah, and he is able to clear the traffic without being hit by any of the oncoming cars. He's on the other side of the street. Are you guys going to keep up the pursuit?
Samson is mercifully insensate to pain. He's rolling for it.
Okay, what about you guys?
I'm mostly gonna let Samson do the athletic stuff, but I want to at least stay nearby in case things get ugly.
You're gonna go to the crosswalk.
Yeah.
Speaker.
Yeah,
2 lanes or 4 lanes of traffic?
4 lanes of traffic.
I have a monkey on my back. I have momentum. Got a little meat under this pudgy exterior. With my newfound friend, I want to send him across the street in a combination move where he jumps off my hands and I pitch him.
You're going to fastball special, you're monkey.
That's
Yes.
really funny, and this would be a great way to lose your familiar.
Trust me, throws a monkey.
Let's do it.
I would
The
like
variables involved in 2 different moving objects are significant. Ah, Titanfall 2, baby.
to burn a willpower because I have deceptive strength and I want to
It's using a lot of willpower.
Okay, I'm gonna say, give me strength. What would be a good skill to throw a monkey? I would say athletics.
Yeah,
Monkeys are heavy.
But he's working with me. We coordinate on these moves. You must understand.
That is true.
Shuck your monkey with 3 successes. Which sounds like a horrible euphemism for something.
It really does.
You're rushing through the 4 lanes of traffic?
If there's a car ahead of him, he's gonna jump onto the top of it and then spring off that as best he can to avoid being hit by it.
Okay.
So I can try to tilt that as basketball.
Maybe. We'll see. Go ahead and make me Dex Athletics difficulty 8.
Before I roll it, there we go. 1 willpower down. I'll take 1 success. And I got 2.
You rush forward, you're able to use your momentum to get through differing lanes of traffic. He, shockingly, rolled better than you.
Interesting.
So you are not quite up to him, but you're just behind him. You're able to see him. It's at this point, the monkey is pitched forward over the traffic. And I would love for you, Hulky Bill, to make a grapple check with the monkey against this man. Strength Athletics.
Straight athletics. For the monkey or for myself?
For the monkey.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay, you watch Samson as this guy is running forward. He's sweating. He's looking around.
I love it.
And all of a sudden, there's as this enormous shaped shadow encompasses over the scene, and you see an ape crash down on this guy, smash him into the dirt. He picks up his head and smashes it against the concrete. And I'm gonna roll just really quick. Our gentleman here is going to go ahead and take, 4 points of bludgeoning damage, which I will now have him try to soak. He is able to
That is
soak
amazing.
2 points of it.
This man's out here rolling shit tons of 10s.
Oh.
The fuck you running for?
Other people in the street
What's
are
going
starting
on
to
with
turn and
that
look at you.
guy?
One person drops their bag and starts running off. People are looking around saying,
It's okay. It's performance art. This is a performance.
You're shouting this from across the 4 lanes of traffic.
Well, we did just leave my weird art studio.
That is
We're not
true.
exactly famous, but we are definitely here. And I would like to essentially just try to assuage everybody's fears and pump it up with a
manipulation,
bit of mind.
subterfuge, please.
coming at you live from across the 4 lanes.
It's rather difficult to believe, so I'm gonna say difficulty 7.
Could I instead convince you of, oh god, is performance not in mage?
It is not.
Performance is not
No,
in mage.
yeah.
It's a vampire thing.
Wrong game.
If you had fame, I would accept fame.
I have fame 1.
If you'd like to use Fame 1, this is right by your studio. Normally I would have you roll that as its own separate thing. In this case, I will allow you to add it as 1 additional dice.
And I'll reduce your difficulty back.
That's very
Actually,
nice.
No, you're not going to get additional dice, but I'll bump your difficulty down to difficulty 6. Because you're famous in this area, if nowhere else.
All right, I do not have subterfuge, so that probably bumps it right back up.
No,
to 7.
you're. I'll put you at 6 flat because I'm such a nice guy.
You're
That
so
is
kind, so nice.
actually really nice
If it's
of
possible, I
Belphi.
would like to likewise, as I do have a mind affinity, I would like to use Arate to perhaps add dice or reduce my difficulty.
That's a good
How
idea.
would you do that?
Mostly through voice and vocalizations are one of my instruments, so just sort of trying to reach out in a tone that makes me believable and trustworthy, one that resonates with the frequency of the minds in this area.
Well, you've got some experience working crowds, so sure,
Exactly.
I'll allow you to roll Arate and reduce your difficulty further.
Yeah, I'll drop a point of quintessence on this.
So difficulty 5 now. You're less impressing upon others and more finding your own confidence, finding the tenor.
That makes
and
sense,
the
yeah.
way in which you speak to attract a crowd.
See, this is something I really like. This is a magical effect, but it's like, it's very subtle, right? It's coincidental magic. It's something that I quite enjoy in World of Darkness.
And in that case, I'm going to drop a willpower on this manipulation roll because I don't have a ton of dice in there.
Makes sense.
All right. Ugh.
Well, you get one success.
that'll be one success.
One success. And you also
Okay.
stop yourself from botching thanks to all of your effort. So that was a good call, spending all those resources.
Yeah, wow.
You begin speaking, and the people in the crowd don't really seem to fully believe you at first, but then you find the tone that you need.
Oh, I think I saw one of these shows. I think I know this
Yes.
one. Yeah.
This piece is entitled The Flight of Man.
Wow, he's so good.
And someone hands you a $5 bill.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I pocket that immediately.
All right, so you have this guy restrained. There's an ape on the back.
I love Sybil so much. Oh my god.
There's a basketball player. There's a man on the floor. There's $5 in your pocket. Bill is there somehow. What's the plan?
Bill teleport.
And also, Bill was there.
Can I try to intimidate this fellow at all?
Such things are possible. I would never stop you.
He's gonna tower over him, and he's going to make sure that he sees him, because remember, Samson is quite tall. Stop.
He's like 7
swearing.
foot.
Go ahead and roll then appearance intimidation.
Appearance, intimidation.
Yeah, you're not really using your words. You're more trying to use your physical presence.
Makes sense.
Oh, great. That's not very good.
Shut up, you don't understand anything! You're a moron! You think you can boss me around? You think you can kill me? I'd like to see you try, idiot!
Okay, I'm gonna throw my basketball at him.
You hit him in the head.
Necessarily here to kill you. Unless, of course, you were here to kill us or disappear us, then we might be persuaded to act more rashly.
You have to understand.
I just
why you
realized
kind of-
something. So, Bill, of all the 4 of them, Bill is the only one that's confirmed to have killed someone so far. Like, in his ascension, he, like, ripped apart that lady. And maybe some other people died in the escape. I don't think anybody else is, like, confirmed. Samson did, like, cripple someone. Parker turned someone to stone, but very specifically, Cyrus is, as far as we know, still alive. Sybil is the only one that hasn't hurt anyone yet, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, all she did was just go home. If you think about it, weirdly, she's almost the most normal out of the 4.
freaked out if you jumped off the roof of my place and started sprinting into traffic.
Yeah, sure.
Come on.
I'm sure this is all a big misunderstanding. Let's go get this ape off of me, huh? All right, and then we'll go.
Well,
I don't know if we can trust him to be without a monkey on his back.
you promise to explain what's going on if we get the monkey off your back, yeah?
Yeah, get this ape off of me, and we'll go.
We'll go.
Perception empathy.
Yeah, sure.
Empathy.
My affinity is sensing motive, so let's hope I get some 10s. That's just one success. Ugh.
One success. You look this guy in the eyes, and there's something wrong with him.
Yeah, he is.
Guy is looking at you with a sort of animalistic intensity. There's like a weird yellowed tint to his glare. You don't know if you could trust this guy to play straight with you.
sorry. I think you're lying. Bill, Samson, can you, like, grab his arms or something?
Of course, of course.
You freaks. I'll fucking kill you. You don't know what's coming. You don't know what's coming!
Oh my god, shut up.
Presumably, you guys are able to drag him to behind the strip mall. The crowd says, "Wow, that's great! I really believe that guy he's good. I like
Thank you.
Where did you
It's so goofy. It's goofy in a good
get him
way.
back
I like
behind
it.
the strip mall? It's the place where there's a couple of lawn chairs for people out on smoke break. Are you guys just gonna throw him in one of those?
Yep.
Makes
He
sense.
just lands down.
You freaks. You freaks.
Hey. That's 1, rude. 2, why don't you just explain to us what's going on here and maybe we can try to clear our names, alright? Let's just calm down.
And I'm gonna use a mind effect to just gently try to soothe him.
Unfortunately, you are Arte-1.
That is true. I
So
can't,
you have no such power here.
I can't affect people. You're right.
Yeah.
No such power
I got a
here.
question, speaker.
I got an answer.
So at Arate1 for life, what can I do with that?
You could sense someone's health and well-being. You can get an idea of what a certain life material is made of. If someone is sick, you might have extra insights into what exactly is happening to them.
I
Yeah,
would like
a Life 1 doctor would be very nice because you can kind of diagnose what's wrong with someone.
to try and do an Arate1 life on this fella by way of, let me think, what am I going to use here?
If you're struggling, you can always take a look at your instruments and let me know.
No, I'm looking at my focuses and my instruments right now. It's just trying to figure out which one I could feasibly do right now, because I'm not going to do alchemy, because I don't have that shit on me.
True.
I'm going to press my basketball against his fucking forehead.
Go ahead and roll me Arate, and I'll let you know how we can play this out. You're at
I love that one of his
difficulty 5. You could
instruments is
spend
just the
quintessence.
basketball.
I will use one.
Difficulty 3.
6.
6. That's fantastic. So with your 2 successes, you get a look at this guy, and well, you don't know exactly what's going on. Again, your means of channeling are imprecise. You've had to deal with your own injuries on the basketball court. You've had to deal with people who you know getting fucked up, and you can tell there's something weird going on with this guy. I will allow you, given your 2 successes, to make me a difficulty 4 int medicine or perception medicine.
Oh,
Interesting.
all right. Son of a bitch.
You take a look at him, you notice that there's this strange blue discoloration around his hands, but outside of that, you just know something unnatural is happening. Immediately, the idea flashes in your mind, this might be some of that supernatural nonsense Margolo was talking about.
Definitely possible. Something that springs to mind is like blue. Generally, if you don't have enough oxygen, you might turn blue. So maybe some like necrosis stuff going on there.
Can I take a
Not
stab at
sure.
this too?
I will allow you an int esoterica because you are into weird shit.
Let's see. Let's go fishing. Hey, that's not too bad.
4 successes. Oh, something hits you, man.
Wait a second. You, I think I might know you.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, we had a caller not too long ago. Damn shame what happened to her. And you wouldn't happen to have gone swimming in the Chesapeake and come out a changed man, would you? Friends, I think in our midst we have the Chesapeake Bay Fishman.
God dang it, Bill.
We had a caller come in. Said her partner
love
went
Bill.
swimming and was never the same after that, reporting all sorts of strange changes of habits, and eventually she stopped calling and, well, she...
Ooh.
I'm here! I'm ready! I'm ready! I'm ready!
And you look as his arms are gripping onto the back of this lawn chair, and he's shaking with this sort of intensity that you haven't seen before. And then all of a sudden his eyes roll back into his head. You
one. You are the one.
The fuck is this?
Okay.
Parker is the one.
And then all of a sudden, this guy's head explodes.
Oh, okay.
Christ, what the fuck?
Hold on.
Anything interesting about his
What
head?
is left of his head?
Yeah.
See his trachea poking out of the stump of his neck. Bits of gray matter and face now litter the back of this strip.
Without flinching, Sybil is going to walk up to the stump of his neck, and I'm gonna start kind of rifling around.
Yeah, you gotta figure. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Spot anything.
What?
Kind of reaching in with like 2 fingers, kind of start poking and prodding in
Gotta
there.
figure out if there's
That's
anything
great.
supernatural in
Yeah.
there.
What the fuck are you doing?
Listen.
Sybil, I'm not one to judge, but what the fuck?
Hold on. We gotta figure out what's wrong with this dude, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to tell. His fucking head blew up. It's pretty fucking wrong.
Fucking bounce! Stop taking your fucking fingers down his throat.
Somebody.
Alright, I'm going to diagnose what's wrong with this man. Looks like he suddenly exploded.
Call Parker if he's in danger. I am going to figure out what the fuck is wrong with this guy. Listen, we've all got guts. We've all got viscera. It's
She's just slapping
fine.
it.
I'm going to see if I see anything off.
You are fucked in the head.
All right, Samson, Bill, go ahead and roll me willpower real quick to avoid lurching. as Sybil just plunges her fucking hand, her fingers down the throat of someone that was alive literally 3 seconds ago.
Honestly, Sybil would make for an amazing, not mortician, what's the name? Autopsy person. Autopsy person. Oh, what's the name? Pathologist, forensic pathologists. Yeah, she'd make a really good one.
Or splatter.
It's not like she cares about that.
Total willpower.
Yeah, just total willpower.
Blood and guts and such.
Oh man!
Oh, willful fellow. Despite the abject disgust, Samson, you're fine. You've seen people get like fucking fucked up in sports and like the meat of their legs pouring out onto the court.
I go to Live Leak.
Yeah. Bill, despite your greater like experience with watching gore and other sorts of weird shit, it's another thing entirely to see someone just start pedaling through it. You're able to
That's valid.
hold down a vomit, and otherwise you're able to act normally. Sybil, you're a freak. I'm not gonna make you roll this.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't have a merit for being a freak, but
Yeah, just do get it for free. It's from being a freak.
thank you. All right, do I see anything?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me perception medicine.
Why do I have docs in cosmology but not medicine?
I feel like this is a normal thing for someone who lives on the internet. Just like, I don't know how to make spaghetti, but I know how the basics of a deep sea submersible work.
That's a mood.
Can't help being a
Can't help it.
True.
That is a mood though. Just like, I don't know how to clean my room, but God, if I can't repair a submarine.
Good thing, 1 success.
One success is enough to realize that you are going through the throat of a recently exploded man.
Oh.
Samson's leaving. He's out.
Looks like he, despite all the weirdness, was just a guy. I don't see
Interesting.
anything wrong or anything.
That is really interesting that he's just a guy.
Poking out of him.
Great. I mean, I'm glad he was just a guy, but I think he definitely was like a fish man. He did mention before, rather the voice mentioned that we weren't the one, but Parker was. Parker's back at the shop.
Yeah.
I really don't know what he might be. Like, I do think it's a normal human being to some extent. Maybe like slightly modified. Probably not a Zemisi. Zemisi related stuff would be much more extreme. And plus, let's be honest, all of them would come under attack. So I don't think there's any vampire stuff going on. Since they're like bluish, was there any mention of scales or anything like that? I don't think there was there?
We should wash off and Samson, do you have Parker's number?
Samson
Like
has
my mind is
locked
going to like Innsmouth, Shadows over Innsmouth. So if it's something like that, and it is related to Shadows over Innsmouth, it would have to do with the sea. I mean, we did get like the Fishman. That might be completely incorrect, but you know, maybe some like Dagon stuff. That could be interesting.
Samson! Ah, shit.
Samson's walking back to the antique shop now.
As this happens, you guys notice a door close by start to open.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on my break. I'll be back in 15.
What?
I'm gonna duck, quickly run behind the building.
Monkey and I as well are going to.
The monkey.
Dex stealth for you two.
Oh, that's very good. I have cloaking.
Cloaking?
And you're
Oh my
cloaking.
god.
Cloaking.
Hell yeah.
And I've got a good dex stealth because I am weird. That's 2 successes.
You're able to dodge out of the way, it seems. You're turning the corner. Of course, you're still covered in blood. But you are able to hear just very quickly. Holy shit! And the door slam. You guys are currently covered in gore, including you, Samson.
I'm gonna look up and see if a security camera has seen us.
No, this is not that nice of a strip area.
Okay. I'm just going to
Makes sense.
strip off everything that is obviously bloody and just try to wipe my hands off as best I can.
All right. So you're able to kind of get yourself a little cleaned up. You know, your hands are still kind of stained a little red. You got the worst of it.
So, given the other person has just run back into their building and is presumably calling the police, Bill, if he's not super gory, will probably follow suit with Sybil, but before he does, he's going to try and get over to the body as fast as he can and instruct the monkey.
Okay, we haven't really practiced for this, but I want you to try out the little Nicky maneuver.
And that in Bill's code is going to be to take whatever's in his pockets.
Oh yeah, the monkey will happily go rummaging through the dead guy's pockets.
Interesting.
But I'm gonna have him up like on Bill's back,
Yeah.
just so he doesn't like leave footprints or whatever, because they're not gonna think to ID monkey fur.
Okay, that's funny. I'll allow that with no roll because I'm just so kind and nice.
You are.
I'm just gonna let you go through his pockets. You grab his wallet, you grab his keys, and you still have his denim jacket. I should remind you.
Okay. So after pilfering those goods, Bill is going to go back into hiding, strip off what he had. Might just toss on the ill-fitting denim jacket, cover up his like upper torso, but otherwise is gonna go try and ascertain the location of the
Okay, makes sense.
Right?
I'm gonna need Dex stealth from everybody. Sybil,
Great.
yours is gonna be difficulty 7.
Yeah.
Bill, yours is difficulty 6. Samson, yours is difficulty 5.
Oh boy.
Oh, 1 success. Or no, that's no successes if it's difficulty 7. I should have put a willpower behind it.
Same.
2.
Oh my god.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh no.
You guys are
Oh,
walking
no.
towards the mouse pad, and you think that you've gotten past without being spotted. Who knows? There were plenty of cars on the street, many people walking around
Interesting.
with different
Ooh,
stories.
consequences.
Fortunately, you were not stopped. You were able to make it to the mouse pad. Bill, your RV is still in the back. Sybil, the mouse pad is the mouse pad. You probably have a change of clothes inside if you need it.
Shit. Oh my god, if they think we killed that guy, I'm gonna shit myself. Jesus.
I don't know what to make of this. I didn't think he was just gonna explode. How do we get rid of all this? They're gonna find bloody clothes somewhere. We gotta really get rid of these fucking things. Do you have an incinerator?
Would there be an incinerator?
No!
Why would there be?
I mean, I've probably got like a fucking kiln.
You probably do have access to a kiln. I don't know if it would be here.
Shit. We might be able to burn it out back, but it would be really conspicuous.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's like rule number 1. You don't burn stuff in plain sight.
Right? So I think that our best bet is probably to get whatever shit we can, get back in the car, and go to Marvolo's apartment.
Maybe swap
he's
clothes
handing
while
over to us,
you're
and
at it.
just
Like, bring the bloody
lie
clothes, but
low
swap
as
them.
best we can. Hopefully they've got some kind of magic bullshit that turns the cops away.
Hold on. There's no telling whether or not somebody might be still lurking around here. I don't know about that guy because he's fucking dead.
Right?
But there might be somebody else skulking about. Let's, before we go in, try and scope out if anyone's, I don't know, hiding in the wings. Maybe they set up inside the RV. Or just be careful. Be real careful. Be real quiet, okay?
All right, you check the RV. I'll check inside. Samson. Oh God, where'd he go?
Samson, you make your way back to our good friend Parker's abode. Parker, you've had a good hour and a half to get your shit all together. How packed are you?
There were a few other things that I wanted to do before I start packing.
Of
Fair
course.
enough.
I'll be brief. While they were off on their adventure, the first thing that Parker did was he went down to inspect the crater that was left by the disappearance of... You know, it kind of is depressing to think that that was the only part of his collection besides arguably the clock, and it's already gone. His collection's off to a bad start.
True.
But he's going to inspect the crater that is left.
How are you inspecting it, and what are you hoping to find?
First, the two things that he wants to inspect physically is the edge, looking to see if there was any sort of machining, unlikely, how deep it goes, and
Oh, that's clever. I like that. That's a really clever way of starting.
there is any evidence, any clue, anything off about this crater that might offer any sort of clue as to how this happened. If perhaps it ripped itself out, or if it simply vanished.
That's actually a fucking fantastic question.
Yeah, I agree. That's a very good
the
question.
First thing I'm going to ask is, do you have access to the matter sphere? Because that could be quite useful here.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead then and add your arete to a perception investigation.
So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Excellent.
That is a
Nice.
nice looking
That's
roll.
quite intense.
You look deep into this crater. It feels like this indentation is about as unnatural as the process by which you petrified Cyrus Carling.
Right, so
It doesn't
magic
feel
was
like
used.
It was made with intelligent purpose. It feels more like substantial parts of your floor are now missing. The crater, it looks like a pothole, but that's really just because it holds the exact outline of the places in which Cyrus was originally frozen. And as you look deep at the earth...
So maybe he did get teleported back to
calls
his
you.
yard.
You didn't think it would be that easy, did you?
The clock speaks in the
Oh.
voice of your avatar.
Interesting that we get a bit more of a talk with the avatar between Parker and the avatar. While the others did talk to their avatars, but it's definitely a different vibe, you know?
Parker stands up and looks. Do you know what happened?
I do not. But if I did, I would not say. For it is your collection that is now in disarray. What shall you do?
Audio? Hello? What?
And he brings it back down in front of the clock.
Oh. Wait, was that intended, or... Wait, hold on. Oh, I think I see what they're trying to do. Okay, that's a little confusing while watching, but...
and he brings it back down in front of the clock.
Right.
He gets down, he folds his legs, places the pistol in front of him, and focuses intently. I have a suspicion. This pistol, assuming that he is the one who made it, perhaps there is the scent of his power on it.
That's a good idea.
Perhaps I can sniff him out like a bloodhound.
Yes. Yes. You learn and adapt, as all collectors should. Such things are most certainly possible.
Why don't you go ahead and roll me an Arate at difficulty 5?
Okay. Let's see. Yes. So... 8.
You focus on the object and you close your eyes. And as you do, there's this feeling of the old world. Amber light on the halls of an old castle at night. The bars of a prison cell. Refinement buried under ages. Then you look back towards the mound where your statue once sat. And you can see this silver light descending from above. The feeling of bars encasing the area and then vanishing.
Interesting.
You get the sense
Silver light, so that seems like a separate mage, perhaps.
Somehow, Cyrus's magic, the magic that commands this device, came into play here.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Not the device itself, but the same magic.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
If you had more experience,
The reason why I said like a separate mage is because Cyrus's like soul in the last one was mentioned to be like red. So I assumed his magic would be red as well.
But since this is your first time using the auras, you don't have enough experience for me to extrapolate more on what that means. But perhaps as you continue to understand your own sight and ability, I will reveal more things about what you see here.
Right. So, Parker looks up at this clock, speaking again to his avatar. I've learned some, but I need to know more. I am taking the clock with me, assuming that you are separate from it.
I am. I need not use it. I merely choose to.
It suits you.
Parker immediately being friends with what is effectively, I think, kind of like a personification of like death is worrying, to say the least. Sorry, I feel like I've been a bit quiet for the last like 20 minutes or so, but like, this is the real... this is like a... Oh... Parker worries me. He really does.
Going to a place with knowledge, I believe. There are ways for me to learn more. Learn how to learn.
Allow me to direct your sight again to the empty mound in your collection. Look closely. For your magic should be present.
And I would like to ask you, Parker, what does your magic look like through the same lens?
My magic looks like tendrils, a deep green and purple. Green for its envy, and purple for its adoration of austerity.
Wait, purple for austerity? Purple is a royal color, an imperial color. I would assume adoration of, like, what's the opposite of austerity? Oh, what's the word? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up really quickly. Austerity opposite. Oh, wait. Are they talking about austerity like strictness? Yeah, okay, that actually makes more sense. For some reason, austerity, I was thinking of like economic austerity. Okay, that's my bad.
Seeking, searching, not even necessarily knowing what for. A natural movement, an instinctual movement. Something that can't be helped. It's hungry. It's hungry to know and to have.
Yeah.
And so as you look again
interesting,
at the mound,
interesting.
you notice, fractured, like a broken statue, traces of these tendrils lingering half unseen in the shadow of your eyes. And I'd like you to go ahead and make me a perception esoterica roll.
So the magic still persists,
7.
I assume.
Fantastic, yeah.
I am rolling exceptionally today.
With that many successes, get a sense that perhaps brings some light into your step. Intuitively, you grasp the magic that you cast has not yet faded. The spell is not yet broken. And while it is weakening, wherever in the world Cyrus Carling is, for now, is still stone.
You're still mine.
At that time, hear the jingling of the bell as a new customer enters.
Parker
It's probably Samson,
immediately,
I imagine.
poker face, runs up the stairs, and I assume finds a familiar friend.
Yeah, you see Samson, and he's barely got any blood on him at all.
I
mean, listen, the only thing Dasani's good for is washing yourself.
So Parker looks at him and says, "Dear God, man, what happened?"
Right, yeah. Hey, on that one. Let's go somewhere where there ain't no prying ears. We're going to the basement.
Okay. Yeah, and they go down. Given the concern in Samson's voice, Parker will walk over to pick up the pistol. However, he will make very certain to leave it pointing at the ground so as not to alert Samson.
You know, I wonder if the others are going to point out that pistol sooner or later, because it is a weird thing. If it just looked like a Glock, that's one thing, but it doesn't.
All right, simple thing. We were heading back to their place. We spotted a guy watching us. We chased him. We caught him. His head blew up after he spoke at us and mentioned your name specifically.
I was enjoying the story up until that last part.
You enjoyed the head exploding part?
I mean, I don't know. It's interesting.
Were you there? It wasn't like a cartoon poof. No. What do you think this is? He's going
Parker is such a weird guy.
Still on his hoodie and his other gear.
Do we need to get you washed up? Did anyone follow you?
I'll deal with that in a minute. First and foremost, do you happen to have like a deep voice motherfucker asking about you?
None that are unexpected?
Unexpected?
No. In short, no.
Okay, that's the answer I'm looking for. So, he was camped out, I guess, on the roof of Sybil's pad. It's a place called the Mouse Pad or whatever the shit. We saw him leap off the roof and then start sprinting around. Bastard sprinted through 4 lanes of traffic. We caught up to him after some nonsense. Bill threw the fucking monkey. And we were questioning him. We were interrogating him. And suddenly he rears back and those two stuck around because, Jesus Christ. The Sybil fucking freak that she is. She stuck her fingers down the man's blown up throat. I don't know what she was trying to learn by doing that, but I stepped out because
she was trying to learn the knowledge of the truth. The truth that everyone's trachea is actually a snake. A snake that wishes to escape. Let your trachea out.
just sitting there, fingers down throat. No. I'm not privy to that.
No, I don't blame you. That does leave a small issue. We have an hour and a half before we meet with Marvolo or his associates again. This person was searching for me, correct?
Before his head popped like a fucking Gallagher watermelon, it was... You are not the one. It said it to all three of us. You are not the one. You are not the one. Parker, you are the one. Unless there's some other fucker named Parker that I'm not aware of.
Right, I mean, given the synchronicities happening today, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he was probably referring to me. The good news is that if something is hunting for me, then they clearly do not know where I am at this moment.
Sybil and Bill, you're able to get yourself cleaned up, and barely any juggalos notice. You are wearing new clothes, fresh clothes at the very least. Bill, I assume you also freshen up in the RV. Are you guys going to be taking Bill's RV to Parker's? What's your intention?
Ooh, the RV is pretty conspicuous. I mean, has Marvolo's car left?
Yeah, Marvolo dropped you off and left.
Thought the expectation is that we're going to get back into the car, and Marvolo said he would do something about the
Okay,
RV.
so you guys are chilling out by the mouse pad?
I'm just saying, somebody saw a headless body surrounded by gore where you are considering staying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, I guess our best bet is to hop in the RV and get out of here. I don't know if there's any sort of timely way we could get rid of the things on the side of his car. I don't think it's a big sticker.
No, there's not really a timely way, but if he was able to drive it here, I mean, how bad could it be?
Surely it'll be fine.
You think those...
It's not like the New World Order has like a really good observation system or anything. Not at all. There's no surveillance in the world of darkness. What are you talking about?
technocrat guys are gonna chase us all the way back to Parker's?
Depends on if they get a beat on the RV, but I suppose our options are few and far between.
Whew. If we're trying to get out of here before the cops come, we should just skedaddle.
So, what are you guys doing?
Alright, Sybil is gonna gather up just her computer, just the monitor in the tower, and is going to quickly shuffle it into Bill's RV, and then I believe that's our best option for getting out of here.
Alright, so you head on off. As you do, you are able to, like, as you're kind of turning on to your way to get to the antique store, you're actually able to see the street where that dead body was. You notice something. There are no cop cars.
Interesting.
It is interesting. I also like that the beer bottles are still there.
Samson and Parker, hi.
Yes, hello.
What's that?
What you doing?
We might need to move. Assuming that we all ascended at approximately the same time, and they are looking for me among the 4 of us who ascended, and they have already checked one of the spaces. Remember what Marvolo said, when someone ascends, it's like leaving smoke. People can see it, and
True.
they could be coming here next. Was this person violent to anyone else?
He sure was a fucking ornery little shit. Again, that could just be Norfolk, but you know, the guy had some like marks on his hands. I couldn't figure out what the hell it was about before his head popped, but he was cussing and spitting. He was mad as hell.
He could recognize that I was none of you.
Well, the voice what came out of his throat definitely recognized none of us as you. He didn't say much prior to getting his head blown up.
If you 3 were able to handle him, then I doubt that anything that comes after me will be much of a match for Marvolo, given what he's been able to do.
True.
We just need... I don't want to leave my parents here. We need to get them out, now.
It seems to me that we can't exactly just go ahead and fuck off then. It seems like we gotta wait here.
No, we leave and we come back in an hour and a half.
Also makes sense.
The door opens.
Somebody's at the door.
The top floor.
Parker is going to run over to the wall and place his back against it, and he's going to motion with his head to go and check. Oh, and by the way, Parker is absolutely holding the pistol, like, up next to his head, this ridiculous-looking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like he is a goddamn special agent.
Samson's gonna tromp up the stairs.
Once again, I love
Samson, you
Parker.
walk out. There's a strange individual there. They look like a somewhat bulky woman. They have a messenger bag, this big beige coat, have a scarf over their nose, almost like a bandana, brown messenger hat.
A flat cap.
Yes, flag cap, that's the name. And so she looks up and looks over at you, Samson.
Hi, are you Mr. Knickerbocker?
Nah, sorry, he stepped out for a little bit.
That's fine.
I can try to help you. I work here. What do you need?
I just have a message for him.
Reaches into
Interesting
the messenger
figure.
bag.
Would this be Nefandi? Could be. Doesn't have to be. Could also be related to the guy before, which would make a lot of sense to me.
And pulls out a small wrapped package.
Can you make sure this gets to him?
Sure.
Great. That's all I've got. You have a good day.
Yeah, you take care.
She turns and leaves.
Interesting figure.
Come back down.
Want me to bring this too, or are we just leaving this here?
I want to try something. I would like to see if I can sense any magic on it. I am going to try to sense prime magic on it.
Can I also do that, by the way?
Sure. How would you like to reach out and examine it?
Well, seeing as how I got my hands on it, I'm going to perform a number of fingerprint-like patterns across the top of it to see if he can parse out any effect that's underneath it. I'm doing bodywork.
Okay.
So essentially, Parker is like looking in with his third eye. You're just kind of looking to see if you can tell anything, like if there's any obvious fingerprints, anything like that, any markings that could indicate where it came from. What sphere are you looking for specifically?
I'm also going to do prime.
I double prime. Show me the Arte, baby.
Prime, baby.
Nice. 3.
Samson, you fail. Parker, you don't. But you both see the same thing. Very little.
Interesting. So
Doesn't
it's
seem
not
like
a
whatever
magical
this
thing.
is enchanted.
So can Parker tell when he fails, by the way?
Yes, it'll
Okay.
be more obvious.
He can tell if he's just not
Yeah,
up to
you'll
snuff
be
at
able to
the
tell
moment.
because you're able to look at Samson and you see that there's this inherent red glow coming from him. And while Samson can, of course, describe his own magic, what is unmistakable is the presence of just these crimson fingers behind him.
Oh. Freaky.
You right there? You're staring at me.
Can I tell if this is normal or not?
No.
This could just be his magic. I'll go and take the envelope from him. Wait upstairs.
You sure about that?
Parker is just over here commanding Samson. Just up the stairs, down the stairs, up the stairs, down the stairs.
Just for a moment.
Alright, on down the stairs, up the stairs.
What is it with
I'm
me
going
predicting these
to
things?
Return to the clock. Could you see his aura as well?
The clock does not respond.
Can you hear me?
You get the sense that the Avatar is more willing to speak to you on its time, not yours.
One of my favorite DM things like that is you get the sense. It's a very specific line, and it's something that a lot of DMs and GMs and storytellers and whatever you want to call them use to kind of tell the player, like, you need to do something else, you know, like in the same way, like, you get the feeling that this door is permanently closed, like stuff like that.
Well, Let's not annoy him just yet. I'll go ahead and open the manila envelope.
Inside the manila envelope slides out a single piece of paper. It just says, Parker, meet us at the Smiling Bag. We'll be waiting. We have much in common.
Interesting.
Sure.
Okay.
Do I know where this location is?
Yes, you do. There's a... There's a giant bomb that explodes and you'll die.
Wow.
Now, I decided.
Wow.
Killed us
Yeah,
all.
sorry. World War III.
It was a
happened.
nuclear bomb.
I forgot to
Damn.
mention it.
And we all get isekai'd into Dungeons and
I
Dragons.
declare Parker Knickerbocker dead. Get out of your project. You don't exist anymore.
Is that a reference to the Dungeons and Dragons movie where like they role play but like go like way too hard into it, and it's like they have to find Jesus to turn away from the evils of Dungeons and Dragons? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sure there's like videos on that movie. I'm thinking of like D&D movie or something. It's amazing.
Did I fuck it up?
No, you're lovely. No! But I do actually think that now might be a good time to end. So yeah, I think we'll call it here. Not quite where I expected we'd wind up, but I hope we had a great time regardless.
Did you expect to be sooner or later?
No, I expected you guys not to wind up catching the guy on the roof, and I expected we would focus on where you guys were going, but you guys did find him, and that's funny. So
Interesting.
Good.
Exactly.
All right, should we stop
It's
It's
recording?
one of the fun things about storyteller stuff, just in general. You know, you get to see the ways your players surprise you. Because if there's one thing that's true in D&D, World of Darkness, any kind of system really, is that your players will always do something you don't expect, and I love it.
you can keep recording if you want to.
Okay, we'll
just
keep
keep
recording.
chatting because I know Alpha likes it.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're shitting around.
Oh, yeah.
obviously, so we're gonna say some funny things like "Half abuse is Swedish. Play the 103 Streets Border audio plays." Fail.
Okay.
Hello, this is Alpha Busa here to tell you that at this point, Odoroshi and Hulky Crow stopped recording, so there was no funny outro talk. Instead, we are going to rewind to a point during the Marvolo lore info dump, and we'll see what they said about that in the middle of
The convention. Yeah. But the words. I feel so bad.
I like
by
to
the way.
imagine Marvolo just having a little breakdown.
Yeah.
every
No,
now
that's
and then.
only what you're seeing in an alternate reality when he actually chokes.
I hope this info dump. Oh my god, this info dump has gone on for a fucking hour. Jesus Christ.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, I am loving this, and also it's getting really good interaction with all the characters.
Yeah,
so, like,
true.
Okay, yeah. It's not too
I
boring.
Think, like,
No.
oh, are you fucking kidding me? I don't know about viewers, but as a player, I'm fucking loving this.
It's interesting for the audience as well.
It's
Anyway,
useful and serves a purpose.
Okay, excellent.
I think like it also serves as a chance for like for my character to, like personally for Parker, it is giving him ideas of what he needs to do next.
yeah.
Like
Gives your character
the
direction.
longer this goes on, the more like Parker is getting antsy because he's like, oh god, who's that dude I just turned to concrete? And what is that gun? Right? Like,
yeah.
and also he started like I know that I'm speaking my character's thoughts out loud. I hope that
No, you're fine.
Please cut this out. Please cut
Oh
this
yeah,
out.
no, this is gonna get cut out. Don't worry.
Yeah. But like Parker's also thinking, oh shit, I might have been looking at this grandfather clock in the wrong way,
Yeah.
right? Like I was looking for a spirit. Oh shit.
Yeah, no, I'm very much about this. I think this is serving a plot point to give our characters the ammunition they need to choose a sort of path or start exploring that.
Exactly.
But also introduce so many people who just don't know about the wider part of WoD outside of HTTP.
I mean,
absolutely.
Speaking as a player, I feel like this is giving me much more concrete, immediate, and long-term goals. So
okay, that's awesome. That's great then. I was just worried that it was just now allow me to pontificate for an hour straight in the least interesting way, trying to go through everyone quickly. Okay, great. Fantastic. All right. Well,
Ryan, you know what I do for a living.
I know. All right, listen, let's get back on track. All right.
Very lovely stuff. All right, and with that, thank you all very much for watching. If you are a member, you can see yourself scrolling in the back. And thank you very much for your support. If you want to support my stuff, feel free to check my Ko-Fi down below, or any of the other links. There's Discord and Twitch and a bunch of other stuff that I do. I stream every single weekday except for Wednesday, for example. So yes, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone, and have a lovely rest of your day.